Welcome back to Monday Madness here on Kingdom of Nerds. I know I'm a little late, but I got stuck watching Raw. It was boring, very boring. Yeah. Hey, what's going on, Dom? What's going on, Joe? What's going on, Brian? How was your weekend?
Busy. I worked today. I worked yesterday. I worked today. Everybody's going crazy with the solar eclipse.
Which was
morons,
dude.
Felt like quite a letdown today.
You know, I'm sitting there. I'm going to the gym, and everybody's outside with glasses looking up. I'm like, get out of here! I hope the alien comes down and shoots the beam down and destroys everything.
I literally laid down, took a nap, and I woke up. It was over.
I made the boxes, little solar eclipse boxes.
I want to hear all the people that burnt their eyes and looked up.
That's why I made the solar eclipse boxes. That way I wouldn't be tempted to look up at all.
It's funny because I think the #1 search term after the eclipse was "I hurt my eyes."
Well, actually, all kidding aside, if you have animals, cats are very sensitive when it comes to like.
I mean, honestly, though, if you have to Google "I hurt my eyes" after looking at the sun,
yeah,
I think you got more problems than just
exactly.
We don't necessarily live in the smartest timeline.
Flat blindness here.
Some people worried about AI taking their jobs and making people stupid. People are already stupid.
Exactly.
Oh, that's why AI is already got legs up on them.
Yeah.
I know. Pod challenges, eating pods, smoking pods, putting alcohol-laced tampons in places they shouldn't be.
You get drunk really fast.
Yeah.
And then get alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, humans are stupid. Just look up at the sun.
Posting OnlyFans videos, the only talent they have. Yeah.
It's a mad world. Mad.
Hey, what's up, Blue Jay? Hey, Isaac.
We didn't get we got no sun blockage today.
We were supposed to get 89% blockage here, which made me think it would be significant in terms of how dark it would get. No.
It was like a cloudy day.
It got like a little bit dark, and that was it. And after that,
it was kind of like weirdly dark, and I was like,
But you know what? Somewhere like they were saying upstate got pitch black. How was it up there, Bruce? Was it?
Well, I was sleeping, but my friend, she said that she was driving and it got dark, like it was about to thunderstorms. That's how dark it got, really dark, because it was cloudy a little bit up here.
Hey, look at Terry Floyd said.
Yeah, had to drive a school bus during the Pox eclipse. Not fun with 70 kids and idiots walking around outside looking up while essentially blind.
That's why I made the box. I was like, I'm gonna make one of these boxes. I'd never made one for an eclipse before, and I was like, we'll see how well this works. It's fantastic. You stare the opposite direction of the sun. It goes through the pinhole. You see it perfectly. It's awesome.
Need two cards. You do like that.
Yeah, I couldn't care less.
Or get some welding goggles.
Yeah, because I went yesterday and today. This morning and looked for the glasses. Nobody had them, so I was like, I don't care enough to go search for more than
cereal box, a backing board, and some tinfoil.
That's it.
Me and my wife went on Sunday.
Made the box. It was perfect.
We went Sunday to the camera place to look for a new lens for our camera.
Yeah,
and it was at HCO, H&H, HB. Was it the big camera place? It's closed on Saturdays but open on Sundays. It's a Jewish-owned property that they close on Saturday because they're prayer. But anyway, it's on 34th Street. There's one on 34th Street and what? B&H? Oh, B&H. Okay, there you go. Thank you.
Oh, B&H. I remember that place. They used to have great deals on computer stuff.
Huge line that was wrapping around in the entire store from one side of the store to the other just to get fucking glasses.
That's crazy.
And then some girl today gave a bunch of glasses to one of the guys at my job. And then somebody goes, "How much you want for one of those?" I said, "Yo, you charge $50 for that shit." People will take it.
They're selling the glasses at like 7-Eleven down here.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, there's no 7-Eleven near me.
Yeah, well, AOA, the next eclipse is 2044, so we'll see. Or 2047. I don't know.
I ain't making that one.
Yeah.
Now the main question.
I'll be glad if I make 2050.
Listen, do we get any Boba Fett content before that
winter.
time? There you go.
The nuclear winter.
Yeah.
So I guess
see the sun through the nuclear winter. Yeah.
I woke up. I'm like, oh, we're still here. The world did not end.
Yeah, it didn't fall apart.
The
didn't
Anunnaki did not come from the sky, and
no aliens. Yeah, did the government shoot the rockets in the eclipse like they said they were going to do it? They were going to shoot some.
That's what I heard that NASA was going to do, but
NASA was going to do it. Yeah,
they're supposed to shoot rockets at the eclipse.
Yeah, shoot it into the eclipse. I don't know, man. Yeah,
to justify some budget for NASA.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, they got to justify the fake moon landing that they did a long time ago.
Oh, boy.
Hey, don't forget who was in charge of their camera work then.
I know.
Don't forget
it was Stanley Kubrick.
There's a movie.
Fly Me to the Moon.
There's a trailer that came out.
I just saw the trailer.
Fly Me to the Moon.
Fly Me to the Moon. Yeah, it's about the fake moon.
Yeah, fake trailer movies they made just in case they make the landing.
And, Woody Harrelson. Yeah. I was like this. I was talking about that the other day at work, and now that trailer came out, I'm like, look, you see, they're listening. They're listening.
There he is. But
fly me to the moon.
Fly me to the moon.
It's all simulation anyway.
Yeah.
Let's pretend to go to the moon, and while we're actually in the desert in Arizona. Just saying. Yes, I am a moon landing conspiracy theorist. Hey, Mama Bear, what's going on?
All right. Well, it's been cool. I'll see you guys later.
Please hit that like button. We're about to start this show. Get some rumors. We're gonna do some Star Wars talk. Finally, we haven't done that in a long time.
Oh, nice. Okay.
You know, I think our resident Star Wars guru, Dom.
Me.
Yeah, it's like you look. As behind you, there's like 1,000 Boba Fett's. I think you're in a place where we can discuss Star Wars again.
I'm actually.
I have faith in you, Dom. A lot of faith.
Actually, I do have a much more calmer approach now, but the fact is, I'm still iffy when it comes to some things. But hey, you know what?
We'll see. Then we're gonna talk some WrestleMania. Everybody's seen WrestleMania except for Joe because he doesn't care.
I don't give two shits about wrestling.
Normally don't. I just happen to watch it with them.
Just happened to be on the stream while we did a watch party.
Yep. You know, it was real good. You know what? Like I saw my wife today. Roman Reigns had the belt for like 3 years. He had it for 3 years, and then and Seth had it for over a year, and it's like at the end of an era. New stories are going to begin. Seth is going to be out for a while because of his his little injuries, and he's going to be out with Becky Lynch for a while. They're going to take some time off. Be back for SummerSlam. They'll make it spectacular when The Rock comes back, and The Rock is going to fight Cody. And so they're going to make it nice.
Yep.
So,
we'll see. So let's get into this. What do we got tonight? We're going to start with the box office like we do every Monday. We had Godzilla x Kong staying at number 1 with 31.7. Monkey Man debuting at 10.1. Ghostbusters falling another 47%, I think, to 9 million. First Omen, the debut is 8.3, and Kung Fu Panda is still in the top 5 with 7.8.
Those kids' movies hang. They hang for weeks, man.
They do. So Godzilla Kong over $200 million, huh?
Yeah. It already
passed
beat the worldwide of beat the worldwide of Godzilla -1.
Did it also beat Kong versus the first Godzilla versus Kong? The one 2 years ago.
I don't think so. I don't think it has yet.
But
I know it debuted at number 2 of all the MonsterVerse movies.
So apparently, little tidbit, man. They're talking about the possibility of Destroyer or Space Godzilla, who's going to be the next big baddie. So,
yeah, I think they're going to do a monster inspired by Destroyer. I don't think they can use Destroyer.
Okay,
because that's Toho. Unless Toho gives them permission.
I want to see Gamera. You think Gamera ever make an appearance? Because there was rumors a few years back.
I don't think so because Gamera is owned by a different company.
Oh, Legendary's getting Gamera. Okay, thanks, Degrassi.
There we go, Destroyer.
He's a badass Destroyer, man. That shit was
Destroyer's fucking kick ass.
And
I want to see Batra. Damn it.
That's pretty cool.
I just started watching the old Gamera movies. Oh my god, they were so underfunded. The Godzilla movies had such bigger budgets, and that's not saying a lot.
What was the Gamera movie he fought that the girl that became like the creature? She because Gamera killed her family when he was fighting the Geist, and he killed the family, and she went revenge. She found like this thing, and on the turn she became like this.
I think that was Zygra. It might have been Zygra. Gamera versus Zygra.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I like that. That was good. That was good. That was a good one. I just it is. Gamera was created to freaking compete with Godzilla when it was made.
Yeah.
But over the years, Gamera was bouncing back and forth. I just, it'd be kind of cool if the MonsterVerse can get Gamera.
I want more kaiju movies. I want more Universal monster movies. Yeah. That's the shit I want. I'm tired of superhero shit.
I think it's time we take a much-deserved break from superhero movies. There are plenty of other movies and content we can be talking about and watching.
Yeah.
I didn't all the Gamera movies are on Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime?
Probably Tubi too.
Did anybody watch the Gamera cartoon? Did it come on yet? The Netflix Gamera Godzilla?
Yeah, I watched it. I actually liked it.
It was good.
I didn't like the animation, but I liked the story.
Yeah.
The animation was crap.
Hey, maybe who does Gamera comic books?
I think IDW still does them. Maybe
Gamera too. They do.
IDW has been doing a lot of the Godzilla stuff and MonsterVerse stuff.
Yeah, but I still gotta go see Godzilla versus Kong. I gotta see Monkey Man. I want to see Chris Omen. All these good movies out, and
at least Lisa Frankenstein came out for free. That was a fun movie.
Oh yeah,
I enjoyed that.
And I gotta watch Night Swim. Night Swim is on Amazon.
Oh, it's fucking awful.
Really? I gotta watch it.
Fucking shithole of a movie.
I definitely have to watch.
I want to see movies coming out. You got Boy Kills World.
Oh, that looks awesome.
That looks good. I want to see that.
That's with Skarsgård.
And yes, Skarsgård, the guy, and the Crow.
And the Crow. We have AOA gifted
the lesser Skarsgård.
AOA gifted 1 membership to Terry Floyd. Congrats, Terry, for membership. Welcome to the Gatekeepers. Members. Gatekeepers. Lisa Frankenstein is very cute.
It is. It's a wonderful movie. I enjoyed it a lot. It was perfect for Zelda Robin Williams' daughters.
Yeah.
Directed it. Diablo Cody from Juno wrote it. It was fun.
So moving into the first rumor, news, speculation, or whatever you want to call it. All you Sony fans that love the Spider-Man movies from Sony, we have a Sinister Six film in development. Venom is not part of the Sinister Six. Morbius and Vulture are part of the Sinister Six.
Now,
and Craven could possibly be one of potential members of this.
Let me ask you a question: Is the most crucial part of this Spider-Man? If not. Yeah, right. Exactly. Thank you.
Who's Spider-Man?
Who's
Spider-Man?
The Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, Web of Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man, the Sensational Spider-Man.
It's probably gonna be Spider-Woman. Spider-Woman versus the Sinister Six.
Yo, and it's gonna flop. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Sorry.
I don't even think having Spider-Man in Sony movies will save them because so many people have such a negative connotation with the Sony Spider-Man movies?
Sony has to understand. Look, not saying get rid of keep the goddamn IP, but rent it out to Marvel. Let them do their magic with it. I think look, Disney, yes, they have their up and down, but you got to admit the 3 Spider-Man movies they made, they were pretty damn good.
Doesn't Marvel not have to basically do anything now? And they just get a cut of it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. But freaking Sony is such, they like freaking the Grinch, man. They're freaking holding on to things. Give it to Marvel. Let Marvel do their magic.
Well, if you had something that made you billions of dollars,
but they
would you hand it over? Would you?
They could still make the money.
I don't know. Did the Marvels make money?
That's what
no, that's not Sony. I'm talking about Sony and Spider-Man.
I know. I'm saying if you give it to Marvel, it's not like Marvel's knocking it out of the park either. So,
but you know what? A lot of the characters in the Spider-Man IP are very important to the Marvel friggin' universe, man. Norman Osborn alone is important to the Marvel universe. It's the Sinister Six. You could have them fight. Like, there's so many possibilities that you could do. Sony just needs to freaking goddamn loosen the lasso, let them work on the magic and take the money. They'll come out with a deal where Marvel will make money for the toys or give the toy money to freaking goddamn Sony, and they keep the money from the theaters because the toys are what makes the money. So it's a Sony movie. If Disney's going to make the toys, you at least give Sony a big piece of that. See what happens, but I'm telling you,
Marvel gets most of the money for the toys anyway, I believe.
No,
if not all.
Marvel have the rights. I think Marvel has the rights. If I'm right, let me know. If I'm wrong, let me know. I think Marvel has the rights to the toys when they make the toys.
All they have to do is put the writers they put on the Spider-Man movies on these smaller projects. That's all they have to do. At least have some consistency between the movies.
I guarantee you put Morbius in with the Midnight Suns, he's gonna friggin' shine. You put Kraven the Hunt, you put the Sinister Six versus the X-Men. You make an X-Men
Sinister Six versus the X-Men.
Do some. You make but
literally. I'm sorry, Jubilee can take out the Sinister Six by herself.
Well, I know. I'm just trying to say. So, all right. You know what? How about Captain America fighting the Sinister Six? Captain America, and you get friggin' the Thunderbolts teaming up to fight the Sinister. And you have Spider-Man. I'm just saying, there's so many possibilities you could do. I'm just making up stories that you could throw out there. Sony does not have. If Sony had the rights to other characters, it could be interesting. But they have the right to the Spider-Verse, all the Spider-Men.
They have enough characters to create a coherent movie universe.
See, Sony was the one who gave up the merch money. The merch money's big, and that's what I'm trying to say. If Marvel and Sony can come to a agreement with the merch, that's where the money is. The toys. Kids love Spider-Man. They're buying Spider-Man. They're buying Spider-Man toys all over the place. I don't know. I don't know what Sony. I don't know what Sony has to do or what has to go on if for them to realize they got to pull it first. It's not working.
Like little movie perf said, Madam Web is the key to everything.
Yeah,
please.
If you want to completely collapse under your own weight, Madam Web is the way to go.
I think there is.
I don't mind being under
future for everyone in that
breast, but that's okay.
There's a future for everyone in that movie except for Dakota Fanning. She was just not happy to be in that movie
because they lied to her. She thought she was in it.
We don't know if she lied. Or was she not? She's not smart enough to figure out the difference between the MCU and Sony movies. Come on. She saw Madam Web. She saw the dollars. She's like, okay, I'll do this. I didn't look into it. She didn't. They handed her a comic book and she thought it was freaking like kryptonite or something. She's like, oh, what's this? A comic? Why should I touch it? Not Dakota Fanning. What's her name?
Dakota Johnson.
Dakota Johnson. I'm sorry. Dakota Fanning.
By the way, Dakota Fanning very good in Ripley on Netflix. Great show.
This is what happens when you watch wrestling for a weekend. You lose brain cells.
That's why I don't watch wrestling.
It's probably not all you lost. I imagine like sperm counts down.
That's fine. I'll count it later.
Overall testosterone.
I'm gonna be drinking my coffee with my pinky up in the air now. Become pretentious like perp.
Freaking goddamn bougie floozy. There you go.
Yes. I am the floozy of YouTube. Thank you very much. I'll take it.
You're the bougie floozy. There you go.
Bougie floozy. I whore myself out for content. There we go.
Nice. You bend over backwards and forward.
Oh, you know what you do in your bedroom? We do not need to know. We're not king shaming you, Dom.
Don't worry. It's all about the
What do you think about this, Brian?
Yeah, we'll see it if it comes out. It seems like they're bound and determined to push these movies out. So it's like, okay, go for it. Have fun.
Yeah,
I just feel like it's the law of diminishing returns at this point, especially with that side of what's at least Marvel output.
Yeah, it's got to. Somebody has to step in it at some point and say,
"Well,
what are you doing?"
Well, the problem is, okay, the main thing is, okay, you can't have a Spider-Verse without the main spider.
Yep.
Okay? You can't. It just doesn't work. I mean, their success was Spider-Man movies, not Spider-Man adjacent
and Spider-Verse with Miles.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the two things that could carry them.
Once again, that's a Spider-Man character. Okay? So it's like that's the biggest problem. You can't give away your top quarterback to the other. You can't rent out your star player and expect to win a championship.
Yep.
It don't work that way. Okay, you're stuck with also rans. No, that's the biggest problem with the whole Sony part of it. And then they'll never attract that right audience because they don't have the main line character.
Do you think that Craven being rated R and being potentially more violent,
that's just going to reduce the amount of people that can see the movie?
Listen, radioactive lion blood.
I think.
Where did you get that from?
Come on,
Sony having a rated R movie. It's horrible decision. The only people that are going to watch it are the fans of that particular character, and
this guy.
That's about it.
This guy.
Okay. Well, I hope you buy a lot of tickets.
I'm buying tickets for the whole Kingdom of Nerds panelists. So everybody goes.
And they've retconned the character for the most part. So so it's not even like, oh, I really love Craven. Let me go see how they fucked them up in this movie.
Yeah, exactly. It's just I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it seems folly to me.
No,
it's like they're just running out the clock making movies so they don't have to give it back to
Disney. Because every 5 years they got to make something. So I don't know.
Hey, welcome, James Gunn.
I would have rather seen them swing for the fence and maybe make a Spider-Gwen movie, a live action, and put some effort into that.
Well, since you're here, James Gunn, stay off of Twitter, get back to work, and stay away from those type of parties.
Don't hang out with Diddy.
Exactly.
Oh, and stay away from Max. He hates your guts.
Like I say, I know they're a business and they're about making money, and they want to make, they're looking to see what sticks, what could stick and work, and and you only have so much time. The window is slowly closing on their projects. They're losing a lot of money on these projects.
Yeah.
And
there's going to come a point in time where they're just going to stop making these kind of movies.
Exactly. Sony should just stick with the games and the stuff like that. Give the movies to studios that can make money. Rent them out. You could still make money by renting them out.
They can make more money by just leasing out the license at this point for all those characters, and the characters, screw it.
The characters will get their justice. You know, in some point. You know, we don't know what the deal is, but the fact is that you get to a place where they're gonna treat these characters and make these characters irrelevant to make them great, just like the comic book. I don't know. You know what?
I would love to see a
not for nothing
version of Venom.
I know.
Dude, I'd love to see anything except for the Venom that we've already been given.
Not for nothing,
and that includes what's his face from that '70s show.
Topher Grace. Yes, I agree.
You know, not for nothing. If you've been reading Spider-Man comics for the last Amazing Spider-Man, the main title for the last year and a half, 2 years, it hasn't been good. It really hasn't. So everybody that wants Spider-Man to get for Disney to get the rights back to Spider-Man.
No, but you understand.
I don't think that's a good idea at this point.
Comic books are different from the actual movies themselves.
But it's also it's not just about Spider-Man. It's about Spider-Man and those other characters. And if you bring those other characters in, now that they have the X-Men and stuff, dude, there's tie-ins between the X-Men and Spider-Man. There's ties in between that. Plus, you got all the other like bad guy villains. Dude, they'd actually have all their villains back. Think about the possibilities.
You know, because in the comics, Spider-Man has Johnny Storm was his best friend for how long? You know, you get Spider-Man, Fantastic Four crossover movie.
Yeah, didn't certain people go to school together and like were friends at one point, like study at the same. I don't know what the hell, man. I'm not a comic book I've never read the damn thing, so but I'm just saying, isn't there a lot of crossover between Spider-Man and everybody else?
Yeah,
all the other titles, Fantastic Four, and
I mean, but there's also plenty of solo titles and stories as well. There's a wealth of source material that exists out there, both on his own and crossovers with available Marvel characters and stuff like that in the Marvel universe.
Spider-Man,
they have plenty they can do.
Exactly, you know, and Spider-Man is the #1 character in all of Marvel universe that has a connection to just about everybody.
And just imagine how much better that will be when he's connected to everything.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, imagine DC not having the rights or Warner not having the rights to Batman.
Whoa!
That's the equivalent. That's the equivalent.
That is literally the equivalent of what we're talking about here. Like all those Batman villains, all that rogues gallery that you'll never get to see because Batman belongs to somebody else.
Yes, this is a rumor, Blue Jay. You know, it's
thinking, dude, the possibilities of it getting to where you have an entire Marvel universe where all the Marvel characters are back together, and I'm talking about all of them, even the Hulk, because there's he's out there with Universal or something like that. So
Universal,
yeah. So it's like, no, dude, if they can actually get it to where they have the whole family back together again, and they can make a movie like that. I mean,
well, you know what? Another thing too is, you have to thank the fact that Marvel that didn't have X-Men back in the day and Fantastic Four to take chances with a lot of the characters, the obscure characters that they did, like Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, and I know they want to push the Marvels and stuff like that. You know, you rag and stuff like that. But just think, if they had Spidey and X-Men, we would have never saw Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, no,
we would have never saw none of the other movies that they
wouldn't have had to dug that deep into the bag of tricks.
Exactly.
They wouldn't have had to go that far.
Remember, they started with Iron Man, who's one of the shittiest characters in all of Marvel.
Shitty.
But they made him irrelevant. They made him a hot.
They made him relevant.
People love Iron Man now. People and
Robert Downey Jr. helped that, and it helped that they just kind of let that first movie roll. They kind of let them do their thing with that first movie and let them be a little fast and loose with it, which is what made that movie enjoyable.
I will say this: if Warner Brothers did not have the rights to Batman and they sold them off with all the characters, Batman's rogue gallery
alone
can actually carry a movie on their own. Most of them,
right?
I wouldn't go.
I think they can.
The Joker can.
Joker.
The Penguin's at least so
like
interesting.
2/3 of Suicide Squad. So,
I mean, I love Batman's Rogues Gallery, but do you really want to watch a movie all about the Riddler, or watch a movie all about the Penguin, or
the Clockmaster?
Yeah, maybe a TV show.
Well, I mean, they're doing that with Penguin, and that's fine. But
maybe 6 to 8 episode TV shows that leads into the movie at some point.
Look, I mean, if Sony had a streaming service, they could probably make some TV show. I don't know why they don't.
You see,
and actually, Sony
was having a deal with Marvel to have it. They were going to do some stuff on Disney's platform. I don't know what happened to that deal. It fell through. Yeah, I know they have Spider-Man movies now on the thing, but there was supposed to be a deal where they can make movies with Marvel, with Disney, and intertwine with the Marvel universe. But like I said, Sony's stubborn. Sony wants to do what Sony wants to do. Like, yeah, Kevin Feige wanted to make a grounded movie with the Kingpin, Daredevil, Spider-Man. No, we have to have Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, Multiverse of Madness, Part 3, Part 4, Part 5. They want that. That's what's wrong with Sony. Sony doesn't understand the picture of a good story that can lead to bigger and better things. They want the big story now. And that's the problem. That's Sony.
I think whoever's in charge of
Sony's
Spider-Man content and movie stuff should be fired. Let go.
What's her name? I think, was it Putmeyer? Isn't it not him, right? It's the girl. What's her face? She was that interview when she was talking with Kevin Feige, saying that Sony's part of the Marvel universe, the injunction, and Kevin Feige's giving that look like, bitch, what are you talking about? What's the face? What's the name? But Amy Pascal, thank you. That's the problem. If
Iron Man wasn't part of Disney.
What in the beginning, they were part of the MCU before Disney really got going. But now, yeah, well, like I said, all the characters of Marvel, just like DC, a lot of them were rented out before they became Marvel, and a lot of them were rented out in DC before they became DC. Green Lantern was rented out, Flash was rented out, and that's how they got all these characters. But Marvel had owned most of their stuff. Like, I don't know. It's gotta take something really drastic for Sony, and I thought Madam Web was the drastic way they can go, but obviously no.
I know a lot of people haven't liked what they've done with the Spider-Verse characters at Sony, but I will say this: Perp said it a couple of times on his streams that they aren't afraid to do new stuff, try new things. If it fails, they move on to something else. At least they're trying something new.
They keep failing. They need a hit. They need something. Well, look, Far From Home.
Well, they got the Spider-Verse, and they still got Sony.
I know, but the fact is, they
Spider-Man.
Because Marvel helped them, Spider-Man became $1 billion plus movie. So that's.
I think Spider-Man would have became $1 billion movie regardless, because
they weren't
all the momentum that the MCU had anyway, and people were hungry for more.
Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man never cracked that much money.
Well, that's because freaking movie tickets weren't $25.
No,
not like that, but it was a different, like, I don't know. No,
a lot of movies didn't crack $1 billion back there anyway.
First off, people just need to stop, okay? It's not about the individual movies when we're talking about these universes anymore. Okay? Especially when it comes to like the box office and stuff like that. Because like it's more along the lines of when they came out now, as opposed to, that's how I would judge it, because it seems like there was this particular point in time where Marvel was the hottest thing going on at that time. So it was like everything was building, and it crested with that, and then it booed. So like with Captain Marvel, for example, everybody's like, well, it made $1 billion. Of course it did, because it was sandwiched between Endgame and
and you had to see it. You had to see it to progress the story.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the whole thing with these universes. Is the fact is these movies become must see in order to do it. So you could slip in a Guardians of the Galaxy or something like that. But then you come out with Eternals, 2 movies after Endgame.
Oh, that leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Does that work for anything?
Just think.
And then kind of ignore that movie even existed.
You know what, Brian? Just imagine the X-Men came out after Endgame. How cool that would have been.
Dude, it would have taken it to another level. They would have made more money.
Exactly.
But see, they didn't. Everything just kind of...
Well, they couldn't.
Well, they couldn't at that point in time because, Fox was still making god-awful movies.
But actually, I'll be honest with you. Those X-Men movies, I'll take over the Spider-Man properties that Sony does any day. I'll be honest with you.
Yes. The Days of Future Part ones. I love those.
Exactly.
The first Days of Future
First Class,
that was great.
First Class was awesome.
First Class, yeah.
Apocalypse, Dark Phoenix.
You know what? Listen,
Actually,
you know what? Dark Phoenix was better than
those movies did happen, guys.
Dark Phoenix was better than Madam Web.
I like Dark Phoenix. It was better than Last Stand.
Yep.
And I mean, that's hard for me to say.
Hey, Antonio, what's going on, buddy?
He's
the reason why Spider-Man anime series got canceled. Avi?
Was it?
Avi?
Yeah, Avi.
Yeah. Hey, listen, now if the Spider-Man series comes back now with the animated series, I tell you what, look, let's put it this way. I'd give it another year of dismal movies. I'm telling you, if Venom 3, Last Dance, and Craven crash.
God, I hate that title.
I know. I don't even think that's the title. I actually think that might be just a code. I don't think it's Last Dance. That's what's
I just don't understand how you waste the talent of Tom Hardy.
Yep.
By making 3 piles of shit.
Because those 2 piles of shit made money, and the third one will make also because people will go see a Venom movie.
Yeah, look, let's end it with this. That if these next 2 movies crash and burn, I can maybe guarantee that Sony would look to Marvel and give more of a freedom to use the characters.
Like you said, if they just focused on making the video games,
exactly,
isn't that enough? Like you're not spending money on movies.
The video games are amazing, though.
It's not like they were only released on PlayStation.
Focus on the money on the video games, right, Joe?
Talk about
focus on video games,
blend, man.
And then you give half the money of the merch to Sony for all the toys and the clothes and stuff like that, and you go ahead because Disney is sitting there in the sweatshops with those kids making those toys.
Oh, stop!
And selling
Moving on.
It's true.
Enough of this. Enough. No sweatshops, no kids.
Oh, geez.
And hopefully this is just a rumor and this does not happen because I don't know how much more damage it can do to.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Sony doesn't give 2 shits. It's gonna happen.
They got a ways to get. They got a ways to get there before they move forward on that anyway. Yeah. You still got to get Craven. You still got to get Venom, and depending on how those do, that will make a big difference on what happens.
Yep. So next up, for all you Evil fans, the 4th and final season of Evil will premiere Thursday, May 23rd on Paramount Plus. The streamer announced Monday. Production recently began in New York City on previously announced 4 bonus episodes. Season 4 will include 14 episodes of premiering weekally. If you haven't seen Evil, it's such a good show.
It was very weird because it started on CBS, which it's Paramount. But it started on CBS, so it was freaky, but it was still clean because it was still network television. And then after season 2, was it after season 2 they made the jump, or was it after season 1 they made the jump to Paramount? So then it started to get a little, it got a little
spicy.
More, it got a little spicy.
Very spicy.
Yeah, but it's an enjoyable show. It's very well done.
After watching that, you'd be like, "Oh, this is what priests do in the rectory."
It's a well done series. It's creepy enough. The bad guys so creepy.
He's a creepy bastard.
Yeah, I don't know. It's enjoyable.
It's a good show.
Like
if you haven't seen it, I thought I'd just give you guys a little update about the series for any fans of this. The special effects, the story's there.
It's one of the best intros. Their intro montage is beautiful for the show.
Yep. So next up, David Cornsweet has said the vibes of James Gunn's Superman are similar to All Seasons and All-Star Superman. He adds, though, that the story is totally its own thing.
I'm going to ignore that completely because he used the word vibes, which I...
Vibes. He's still using vibes.
Awful.
So it's going to be a coming-of-age, heartfelt, joyful Superman. With a lot of hope.
Superman.
Yes, inspirational Superman. That's what we need.
I mean, that's Superman.
That's what we want.
That is Superman.
Well, thank you, because it's not dour and depressing.
So Superman will not be moping around, not be dead, hopefully. Not anything against James Gunn's Man of Steel, because Man of Steel was amazing.
Yeah, I like the Man of Steel.
You mean Zack Snyder?
You mean Zack Snyder?
I mean Zack Snyder. Yeah, I just pissed people off.
Yeah,
it's been a long weekend. God damn
with James Gunn in the chat as well.
Oh, I know, right?
I know. That's what threw me off.
How dare you, sir?
We did. We're having Cornsweet say it adds another level of truth to it.
Cornsweet.
Yeah, I think he's more trusted than James Gunn at this point. AOA, what you said? AOA. James Gunn invented entertainment and Man of Steel. Whoa. AOA, I love you, buddy. I can't
pulling punches.
I can't ban you because you got a wrench, but here, keep it up, buddy. It won't be a Snyder funeral dirge. God, you guys. It's amazing that you go from MME's chat to this, and the tone is so different.
Won't be filled with lens flares in slow motion.
So we're still a year away from this. I thought I'd just throw this in here to see where, it's Superman. So
I like the cast they put together. I think it's gonna be fun.
Mama Bear said you can time them out. But next up, the Sonic films will become Avengers level events.
That's a dumb statement.
Big, exciting stories that have a lot of different characters. Yeah, Sonic. Okay. Does anybody know?
People love the Sonic movies. People love the movies. The kids love the Sonic movies. I will not bash the Sonic movies. That's a dumb fucking statement. That they'll become Avenger level events. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of characters in the Sonic universe, and they're going to bring more of them.
There's a ton of them. Yeah. I just don't see people running to the theaters for a Sonic cast assemble movie or.
No, they will. The kids will. It's just like Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies that'll it won't give you 120 million weekend, but it'll give you that steady week after week after week.
Yeah, I will agree with you on this. Man of Steel is better than Trash Florida.
There you go. I am very much looking forward to the Knuckles show that's coming out or whatever movie thing.
Yeah,
that
I think it's a show.
Yeah, no, dude, I really enjoyed the first two Sonic. Sonic 2 is a very treasured game.
Yes, Sonic 2 is amazing. I love those Sonic games.
To this day, it's still like one of the best, just overall games. I loved it. It's amazing. Sonic Mania did a really good job of recreating some of it. And yeah, anyways, no, there's a big market for Sonic. It's like one of the few things my nephews actually like is Sonic.
And they did it well. They did the first two movies well.
After that whole ugly Sonic debacle.
But they cleaned
it up really well.
They were like, okay, we heard you.
We got you.
Yeah, and then not only that, but like I think Ben Schwartz does a great job of doing the voice of Sonic. I mean, yeah, no, just 100%. But to say it's going to be an Avengers level event, I mean, I guess that's what it's just something to say. But yeah, no,
no. Mama Bear says, "Love you, boys, just not your take sometimes. Don't get on her bad sides, guys. Don't get on her bad sides."
I'm sorry.
She's Canadian. She's Canadian, guys.
I'll explain. Allow me to explain myself. Okay, like when it comes to throwing shade at Zack Snyder. Okay, one, it got programmed into my brain because I was around Snyder fans for a really long time, and I just kind of got sick of it. But before the movie came out, the cut and everything, I was right there with it. I was good to go. Like I got to watch it early. Like big fan. Totally enjoyed it. Got on the poster. Had a blast. But yeah, no, I just
yeah. No. We've all seen Rebel Moon. That's all I have to say.
Yes. Oh, sorry. That was just. I'm not even looking. Is anybody actually looking forward to seeing the sequel to that? Like, I don't know. Can I do a director's cut?
I am. I'm looking forward to.
Rebel Moon honestly,
I really like the trailer.
If we were on stream or something, like just watching it to roast it a little bit, but yeah.
And then I got to set aside a day just to watch the 6.5 hour Rebel Moon cuts that's going to come out
with extra lens flare. the cut would only be 2 hours if they stopped all the slow motion.
I wonder if I can get through a watch party of Rebel Moon director's cuts in one day.
But ultimately, it was too many people telling me that I just didn't understand Batman versus Superman.
What's there not to understand?
Stop, Brian. Stop.
You understand? How many times have you heard that argument? Oh, you just don't understand it then.
I'm trying to block that part of MME out of my head. Every night I hear that was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot.
You still got people talking about it for 4 or 5 hours every night, and it's just like, okay, I will not be watching this channel tonight.
No.
After a while, the same arguments about the same content, about the same people, it just gets tiring.
You can't do it, man. It's like so same. Like, god dang, 3 years now since the movie came out.
What is this?
If I do, I want to link.
What? You coming on the show if I do a Rebel Moon director's
cut? About something here. Let's see. I'm looking forward to my next Subway sandwich. Yeah, dude. So am I.
Hashtag hand foods. I want some Subway now. Damn it. Can I get an Italian sub?
48-hour telethon just talking about The Last Jedi. Dude, Degrassi, please no.
That would be awesome.
That's like the last 6 years of YouTube just rolled up into a nasty ball of just 48 hours. Base.
Oh, wait until I do a spotlight on Kathleen Kennedy. That's gonna be fun. Kathleen Kennedy spotlight.
You gonna have Max on for that one?
No, he can watch from the audience. Then I have to put up banners that said, "Here comes the Kathleen Kennedy. Hey, thumbs up the video." Stuff like that.
I gotta make sure I have a good breakfast and I sleep well.
I think you should take the day off so you're not upset coming from work.
Oh yeah, especially on a Sunday. Well, on Sundays I'm cranky because I have to wake up early on Sunday to go to work, which the normal person is home sleeping and relaxing on Sunday weekend. You work for the weekend. You don't work on the weekend. You work for the weekend. Hate that shit.
I love that song.
Everybody's working for the weekend except me.
Yes. That's the one thing about working for the state.
Stop it.
Every holiday off, weekends were off. I was done by 4:30, 4:45.
No.
Walking out the door. You know, getting President's Day off and Washington's birthday off in the same month.
Yeah.
Now you're just rubbing it in.
And what is this? You popped your live stream cherry last night on AWO was gentle. Who the hell is AWO? Is that somebody we should know? Brian, do you know who AWO is?
Ass without obstacles.
Whoa. Was he on Joey Lawrence podcast? Whoa.
Is it a Canadian band like Nickelback?
Everybody's working for the weekend.
So I guess 4 people saw you on that stream. Next up, Jeremy Allen White has been officially cast as Bruce Springsteen in Scott Cooper's The Road to Nowhere. The film follows Bruce Springsteen's long effort to put together his seminal Nebraska album. Ooh. Jeremy Allen White is an amazing actor.
That's cool. You popped your cherry there, Degrassi.
Yes, he is. But I could give 2 shits.
What do you want? You walking on Union Square like when I walk to go to work, or walking with my wife? There's a big billboard with this guy in his underwear just sitting up there, Calvin Klein.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that poster. I got you a autographed copy coming to you next week.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You put it right on the wall next to Boba and his underwear.
I'll put it right behind me. I'll have it just his jock right behind my back of my head right here.
Oh, Aaron World Order. Oh, he used to be on MMA. Okay. Level boy equal Canadian.
Gotta do it my way.
Wait, you popped your cherry on the show last night, Brian?
No, on Saturday.
What, your wrestling stream?
No, I didn't do no wrestling stream. I had somebody over at my house on Saturday.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I have a clip for that.
I watched. You ever seen that movie Cabin Boy?
Oh yes, Cabin Boy is a fantastic movie.
So when he goes and sees the 6-armed lady and he walks out of there.
I agree, Mama. TMI.
Russ Tamblyn is great as
Congratulations.
Sharky in that movie.
All I have to say, there is hope for you, BK, yet.
That's right. If I can do it at 40, you can do it too. Like, yeah.
I can't. I really can't. I'm hurt. Robert Downey Jr. says he will happily return to the MCU as Iron Man.
Best Letterman Degrassi.
It's too integral a part of my DNA. That role chose me. And look, I've always say, never ever bet against Kevin Feige. It is a losing bet. He's the house. He will always win. He gave this quote today in an interview.
The dump truck that can load the back of money back to his house. You never bet on that either.
Yep.
Of course, he's an Academy Award winner now.
Money
the Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's gonna offer a lot more money.
This is what, his second win?
Yep, he's happy. Well, look, let's put it this way. If they bring Iron Man back, he's gonna get the bank. Definitely.
Yeah.
I think he's already gotten the bank from them.
Oh, he did.
It's I don't know. It just goes to all the rumors and speculation about him coming back and everyone else coming back for what, Secret Invasion? Because they said what, they're gonna have the Avengers reassemble in Secret Invasion, bringing back everyone except for Black Widow, hopefully. Horrible character. Can't stand that character.
There's nothing wrong with Black Widow.
I know you would say that. I knew you would.
I don't mind Black Widow at all.
First one for RDJ.
First one.
RDJ was always coming back. They all were. They're going to hand off these roles to younger actors.
As long as Hawkeye stays away from snowplows.
Too soon. Too soon.
It's been like a year and a half.
It's so funny. They went from he probably won't wake up till he will never work again. He will never walk again. Now he's running. He's coming back to the Avengers and he's doing his show back. His show, the Mayor. What is it called?
Mayor Eastwick or no? That's so what the hell's the? I forget the name of it. It's one of those Tyler Sheridan shows. As long as he's not torn with that awful band that he's in, then that's fine.
All I know is Jade Cargill's coming out right now, and she's got an unbelievable damn body. That's all I have to say.
It's funny when I remember she made her debut on
AEW.
AEW. There was so much hate towards her. It was insane.
Yep.
About questioning her
gender.
Yes, correct, sir.
She's married. She's married to what's his name for the Cincinnati Reds. He played for the Cincinnati Reds.
She has children.
Yeah,
she gave birth to. Just saying. Yeah, I don't think anybody should go through that. And besides, it's nobody's damn business if she was. She's still a smoke show.
Yep.
And she's a really good wrestler, so.
And she's only gonna get better now because now they're gonna use her at full potential. You know, she's gonna learn from the best that are in the organization, and it should be Storm. It should be Storm.
I got that stupid Loverboy song stuck in my head, and I think.
You know,
she is. Yes, she is.
It's funny because Jade and Naomi and what's her name? Crap. I can't think today. Wow. They just wrestled for Oscar and them.
Oh, Bailey?
Not Bailey.
What? Were you what?
Ponytail.
Oh, you freaking Bianca Belair.
I forgot about Bianca. They need to like DL said, they should have a cool name like the sisters. I can't get it sticks in your head.
The Funkadactyls.
Man, she just beat Chelsea Green in like 2 seconds. Chelsea Green.
Chelsea Green, jeez.
Somebody call my mama.
Anyone else watching Women of Wrestling?
Oh yeah, Glow.
I used to watch Glow.
I've seen some of the adult themed episodes of Women of Wrestling. Oh wait, no, Women's Extreme Wrestling. That was the other one. All right. Never mind.
Daughter.
Moving on.
You don't have to watch those anymore. Next up, Jonathan Majors sentenced to 1 year of counseling in domestic assault case.
Okay.
Well, you know,
should he come back to the role of Kang after this?
No, they're not going to bring him back.
They're not going to bring him back
after that.
They're not going to bring him back.
He'll have a comeback in acting at some point, but it ain't going to be in Marvel.
He's got to show improvement. He's gonna look. Even the 1 year, it's going to take a little bit more longer. They're going to keep an eye on him, and if he does good, then maybe they'll take a chance on him again. But right now, he's in the spotlight, and a 1 year. And look, he's lucky he didn't go to jail. He's lucky he got a 1 year. You know,
it's his first offense. He wasn't going to go to jail.
But I know. But you know what it is? Let's put it this way. You know, he got off. The next person, what's going to happen with the next person? You know what I'm saying?
He didn't get off. Regular people get the same sentence. It doesn't matter. It's as long as there was no felony committed during the act of the domestic violence. It's counseling, probation. Those things were always in the cards for him after the trial. Because the most he could have gotten was 1 year.
He'll be back in 2 or 3 years acting.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
All
will be forgotten.
Exactly.
I doubt it. He's not going to come back to. I can't see him coming back to Marvel because
Disney.
It just highlights what he did
Disney
before and brings all that back. He'll come back.
A bunch of hypocritical things in Disney, so kind of, it's kind of funny. But you know what? He got the 1 year. Hopefully, he can get well. He gets better. And see what hey, look. I'm not going to deny the fact that he got caught in this whole situation. But you know what? Who's to say that she drove him to a point where
stop.
I'm just saying. Okay, you never know. Like I'm just saying.
Let's face it. Marvel didn't want to stick with Kang as the big bad anyway, so
he'll be back for Creed 4. Yeah, it's Mia Goth.
Don't you talk about my girl.
Mia Goth. She's next. Assault. I don't get it. She's
just misunderstood. Leave her alone.
Years ago, we had Naomi Campbell beating up her maids and doing all sorts of stuff. I don't get it with some actors that are accused of hitting and domestic violence. Just pay somebody to do it for you. I'm just kidding. Never do that.
Nah, look like Jeremy Renner. His ex-wife was saying that he was doing coke, he's a bad person, and all that stuff like that. And she threw him under the bus. And at the end of the day, all this investigation, you really have to take a lot of these things seriously and investigate, from top to bottom. If a person, look, there's 3 sides to every story. We all know that. But you do have to take it serious when it comes to domestic issues, because at the end of the day, domestic issues, sometimes the husband or the wife are afraid to say anything, and they'll keep it going and thinking that the person's going to get better. But if a person hits you, it's not just one time; it's going to be more, because if it's easy to hit you that one time, it'd be easy to hit you again. And that's
let me do a public service announcement. Okay. If you're in a relationship with someone and the first time they hit you, walk away from the relationship, because it never ends well. If you have to fight and hit each other, it's not a good relationship.
Nope.
And thank you. That's a Kingdom of Nerds, one to grow on. Oh, look who's here. Taladia, after being well fed.
Taladia, what's up?
Having his breakfast. Thank you. I'm starving.
I had a heavy breakfast, thanks.
What'd you have for breakfast? Tell us what you had.
Sausages, cereal, biryani, rice, and meat.
We had a big meal.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty good.
Today was the last day of Ramadan, right?
No, actually, tomorrow is the last day of Ramadan. Actually,
tomorrow.
That's when it's the big feast, the big party. Everybody comes over, breaks it together. Correct?
Everybody brings food.
Everyone brings food. Yes.
Nice.
While I'm talking to you guys, I've got Raw up as well. So I'm watching
too.
Oh God, you guys! Dom is calling out the NYPD for corruption. It's funny because so many law enforcement is issues with domestic violence, and then but then you have cover-ups for their behavior, and it never ends well. Some situations you need, all situations like that, because law enforcement have guns. Their wives have access to those guns. Just call it out. So moving on. The new look at the Wookiee Jedi named Kanaka in Star Wars: The Acolyte. Ooh, Star Wars.
Yeah, he looks like the friggin' Harry and the Hendersons. Yeah.
He looks a little like Tavaka.
Yeah. I'm still, seeing the trailer is one thing. You know what? I want to see it. I'm still not high on this. I'm still afraid that it's going to be a complete bomb. And this is going to be the final nail. And
the final nail. Star Wars is not going anywhere.
It's its own thing. So if it fails, it doesn't matter else really. So
but the fact is that
it's on streaming. It's not like it's going to theaters.
I know, but the stream. Look, let me tell you something. What kidding aside, you want good content. Like last night, we talked about the comic books last night on the top 10 books that we each do each quarter, and a lot of the books are on their way down. And I made a comment saying that the books are down because the content isn't good. And that's the problem.
Wait, what's the problem?
The content, the comic books, to keep the comics, the first appearance of characters going, you need great content to keep them hot. Like the book, like Boba Fett's book is dropping. The book of Boba Fett wasn't that good. And that's, in my look, I'm
but
happy.
If you look at the market as a whole, most keys have dropped since the pandemic was over. Everybody had that pandemic money. Everything
pandemic money and
second tier keys have.
Yeah, that's not really a key.
Remember when a show was hot and they had a comic book, and the book was hot as hell when the show was going great.
Yeah, but that's always short lived anyway. I mean, any little boost you got, Quinn LaVos. Oh, and the book pops and then it goes down 3 weeks later.
Hey, look, I understand everybody that wants to get out of the Skywalker stuff. There's still a lot of stories to say with the Skywalker stuff. I'm just saying that you could have this content, but give other content. You could do two different things. You could still have the Skywalker content in other ways. Like I keep saying, the animated series that's based like Clone Wars cartoon type, you could do that. I don't understand why they don't do that. They could sell merch. They could sell toys. They can get a lot of stuff, a lot of money. Yep. Take a drink. I'm just, look, maybe I'm just getting to a point where I'm very cranky and I'm just done with it. Not the same person that enjoyed it back then. Well, I don't know what to say. Like some of the things, boy, like we had a 4.5 hour stream on Sunday. I got off after 3. They were doing that card game. I do not care about that card game. Just give me the Boba Fett cards out of the game, and I just want those. I don't care about the game.
Yeah, that was a long Star Wars stream, 4.5 hours. I was just like, whoa. Yeah,
no, Star Wars.
I give you guys a lot of credit for having having people show up every Sunday for Star Wars talk when there are no Star Wars projects going on currently.
And look, I'm happy that this Tales of the Empire is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to make a comment. It's kind of funny that the 2 episodes of Tales are 2 women. I'm not saying the fact is that they're the women thing again leading the way, and I'm not against the women. I'm just saying that Disney's doing that. But look, you had Madam Web, you had the Marvels, all these women, like the Acolyte, all women-led shows.
Okay, but that's not new though. But this is all old news. That's the problem.
Yeah, I just look, like I said, Tales. I'm interested in Tales because it has a lot of content that I'm happy. A young it's on. Has the Inquisitors in it. I like that. I'm looking forward to that. But no one asked for like I said, a Morgan Ellsworth story, to find out.
Just imagine if directors and Hollywood went by what people asked for and wanted, you would have never got Star Wars because nobody asked for that. Correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Nobody really asked for Star Wars when
they got an Aliens movie. Nobody asked for that.
Look, I'm not saying back in the day when they had a woman that was leading, it just happened. They made it happen. Now they just.
No, I get what you're saying. It's not natural. It doesn't come across as
exactly
organic. It just it feels like it's forced upon you. Problem is that Disney's been doing this for upwards of almost a decade now.
Yeah. Decade.
Yep. No,
like in plain sight, almost a decade now. And they basically told you that if you don't like female as Jedi, this isn't for you.
Yeah. And it's not that I don't like the female Jedi. I just want, look, the sequel trilogy, say what you want. Everybody has a take. There's a lot of people who love it. A lot of people who hate it.
I love it.
Oh, nice call on the Kate and Alley there, DeGrassi. Thank you.
I know. If the story was just
nobody asked for Cagney and
they
Lacey.
just put time. Okay, I know, but
Hannah Montana. Nobody asked for that now.
But back
nobody asked for Facts of Life.
No, it didn't matter because it wasn't forced. It was just done right. Stories back in the
70s.
It would be like resurrecting one of those classic shows and then forcibly casting it with all females. That's the equivalent is what it's talking about.
Like if they did Cheers.
I mean, honestly,
Sam Malone was a woman.
Exactly. If they were to remake Cheers, just gender bend the whole show. Because that seems like what they're doing.
Well, they worked with Night Court. Night Court is doing really well.
Night Court. Have you watched Night Court?
No, but I know it's doing very well.
Watch one episode. Watch one episode of that show.
They canceled
Please.
It's not even.
They canceled it already? I thought it was doing
good.
After like 10 episodes, it did not
and I have no problem with.
Oh, I just saw it as a season 2.
But that Night Court show was a fucking disaster. It in no way resembled the glory that was the original.
You shoehorned every person in the cast, swap them out for females, and it failed miserably.
Say everything that's wrong with it without even trying.
Yeah. Night Court has been renewed for a 3rd season. The numbers are there for Night Court.
Yeah, you watch it.
I'm not watching it, but
watch one episode. Watch one episode. Make sure you have a knitting needle nearby so you can stab out your eyes after watching it. That's how bad it is.
You're not watching that show. So you know what tells me is you're not the only person that doesn't watch that show.
No, but I'm saying even though I'm not watching it and no one's here watching it, it has a substantial fan base that's keeping it alive with 3 seasons.
Watch the production value of it. I'm pretty sure it costs about $50 an episode. It's bad.
But anyway, like I was saying, back in the 70s, 80s, shows were done great. Now it just feels like everything's shoehorned in and just to do for it.
Designing Men, that was Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. We already had that show.
Yeah. But anyway, so look, this Star Wars show, great show. I just on the edge. I don't know what to make of it. I want to be happy. I want to see it. I want to enjoy it. But I'm just afraid that it's going to be a big slap in the face, and I'm not.
It's something outside of the.
If it's not for you, don't watch it. Look, it is for me. Star Wars. I grew up on Star Wars. It is for me.
It is for me. It's not solid at all.
It's not for everybody, but it is for some people.
So was Murder, She Wrote.
That was a great show.
Yeah.
I know this whole thing about female-led content flops, fails, blah 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 blah. The biggest flops last year were Indiana Jones and Mission Impossible. Those were the worst freaking bombs last year. Nothing could have saved it. There was nothing anyone would. I'm never going to say that word. I'm trying not to say that word for 2024.
Is it worse than Shazam?
What do you mean?
How about the
Shazam?
Those budgets for Mission Impossible and Indiana Jones were huge, 300 plus.
Well, like a third of that was de-aging Harrison Ford.
The movie lost over almost $200 million. It almost lost. Indiana Jones
lost them a lot of money, and I'm not gonna lie, that movie wasn't very good. I didn't even stay awake.
No, Pep, not Flash. Flash wasn't a bomb as you think it was.
Yeah, Flash didn't lose as much money as Indiana Jones.
What do you mean? What? I'll give you what.
So moving on from the Jedi Wookiee.
Make one statement on that.
Go ahead.
When it does drop, I'm gonna watch it. Of course, I'm gonna watch it. It's Star Wars.
You're gonna watch it,
and I'm gonna try to have enthusiasm on this, and hopefully it.
It's just gonna be like the rest of the Star Wars content you watch. You love it when you watch it, then as time goes on, you hate it later.
Or
like most Star Wars fans.
Or somebody on the internet has an opinion that you agree with, and you're like, hey, now I hate this. Because it's happened to me a few times.
As long as it's well written, I don't care. As long as the story doesn't have huge holes in it, stupidity like Obi-Wan
stuff these days, I swear is like asking for Christmas in July.
We have a question from the chat. What's the male-female cast crew ratio for Disney Star Wars since 2012?
Kathleen Kennedy
Anyone
got a
got
lot
any
of people in
numbers?
there, so I think there's more female.
In Star Wars?
Well, you're throwing crew in there too, so
before
this is female. The Force is female.
Well, there was what, like Mon Mothma, Princess Amidala, and Leia. That was it. Or Queen Amidala.
Don't forget the wonderful acting of Laura Dern.
No. That's post 2012. Like,
oh, did you say before?
Well, I'm just talking like before Disney bought it, and then after Disney bought it. Before Disney bought it, there was only 3 female characters in the whole damn show.
I'm sorry, that's the way it should be.
They were major characters.
What?
It's the way it should be. I'm sorry.
Okay, and that's why I'm like, I think that like nothing wrong. I'm just saying like Star Wars is clearly stated that like that's not what we're doing anymore.
Actually, Solo, I liked Solo a lot, and I like Kira's character. You know,
I like Solo as well. And again, Kira's a great character, and they could have built off of that.
Exactly, and they could have built so much in that story right there.
But too many people had to bitch and complain about the freaking movie Solo to where they just said, "Okay, never mind. Sorry, I guess you guys didn't like that." You know what really pisses me off about Star Wars fans? The fact that Star Wars fans exist. All we do is make our own lives miserable. Because nobody hates Star Wars more than a Star Wars fan. Am I wrong? No.
Well, I mean, the problem was everything they did had a complete continuity to it that had to stick with canon.
I hate the fact that people that like the new stuff is the reason why they keep making the same stuff. Because the new people like it.
They'll never go back to the old stuff.
I know.
That old ship has sailed.
Exactly. And listen,
I don't want them to. When has anyone gone back to old stuff and made it work? It rarely ever works trying to go back to old stuff. Just do new stuff and do it well. That's all.
You can't go back to the last decent Star Wars movie, which was Return of the Jedi. Okay? So, no, you can't go back to the 80s. Okay? Reagan's dead.
But zombie Reagan's alive.
Yeah,
and,
you know.
Harry Metal died. I got to bury the past. I know.
Harry Metal died in the 90s. You know, we're watching WrestleMania still. That's the thing.
Like I said, I don't care what they do. Just execute what you're doing now competently. I don't need a return to the past. I don't need any of that shit. Just execute what you're doing now competently, and that's good enough for me.
Yeah. Regardless if you don't like the content that Disney has put out or not, most of the content has been competent, good. There's nothing that's been extremely bad.
Book of Boba Fett was not good. Obi-Wan had huge weird plot holes in it, things that just made no sense.
They made him like, hey, I'm a good crime boss. No.
I mean, I don't know.
I want to.
I'm not going to lose any sleep over it because I don't give a shit that much. But
I do.
Dom does. I personally don't. I'm like, I'll complain about it if I don't like it, and I'll say I like it if I like it. Like Andor, I like
everything you've wanted to see that now that you didn't get to see the last 30 years. It's all George Lucas's fault for sitting on these characters and stories and properties for so long before turning them over to Disney.
Written out as characters for people who thought they could write stories. Oh no, dude! I'm telling you, it all boils down to people being pissed off because Legends doesn't count. They spent so long getting invested in those books and stories, and then when they said, they don't count anymore, people got so damn pissed. I mean, I understand to a point, but at a certain point, you do have to kind of like pick up your shield, move on. Like,
you know. And you know what? Look, the people who gave George Lucas hate because of the prequels are the same people who want him back that are mad at Kathleen Kennedy and stuff like that.
No, they're mad at him again for siding with Iger.
Because now he sided. Now the Sith, you know, he went to the dark side now. That's what people are saying.
You know, it's funny. People hate.
Still talking about Star Wars like this? Like,
yes, they are.
My God,
it's insane.
Brian, you can understand one thing. You know, it's something that we enjoyed, man. You know, I know time moves on, but do something. Listen, I'm telling you, if both Boba Fett,
like,
if
you know
they
what I'm
made
saying?
Boba Fett and he was everything that I dreamt him to be, then I would have said, you know what, I love
that Boba Fett movie should have happened in the early '80s when he was at the height of his popularity.
You know, there's still time. They won't make a comic book series. They won't make an animated series. They won't do shit, and that bothers me.
Well, there's only so many stories you can tell with Boba Fett.
No, he has 20 years from Revenge of the Sith.
He was in a Fett.
No, he was. That's how he became the most feared bounty hunter in the galaxy. I want to see that time gap.
That's gonna mess with canon. Remember, canon.
Canon.
All right, let's move on from Alkalite.
Everything that Mando was, that's what he should have been.
Here we go. Some good news. Bo Willimon, from the writer and creator of House of Cards, will co-write James Mangold's Star Wars movie. Follows the origins of the Jedi set 25,000 years in the past. If this is true,
the first Force user,
this should make everyone happy.
Yes. But remember, James Mangold was also did the Indiana Jones movie that bombed.
Was it a good movie?
The Indiana Jones?
Yeah, the last one. Was it a good movie?
Nope. I didn't like it.
It was fine.
Well, anyway, yes,
it wasn't great.
You know, I'm excited about this because the writer's actually pretty good. You know, he's the one that did the prison break scenes in Andor, which is really good. You know what? And I do like Andor. You know, that's true too. Yeah.
Terry Floyd, Lucas can suck it. He replaced David Prowse as Force Ghost.
Yeah. You know, all right.
David Prowse.
I want to see this, but see, nobody wants to see the Adam and Eve of the Star Wars Force users. Nobody wants to see that. Everybody's talking. Marco made fun of this, saying, "Oh, I want to see this because I actually think you could build upon so much." And new alien races, just you have an empty canvas. You could do anything you want.
That's what I want them to do. I like take a chance on doing something that has little to no bearing on anything else within established bullshit, and just take a chance and do it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But at least you tried something different instead of a fucking Skywalker and bullshit. And I'm tired of that.
You know, I think this is gonna. Yes, this is something where everybody can agree that this is needed to try to unite the fandom, which will never happen, but I can hope.
I think they need to stop uniting the fandom and just do what they're gonna do. Yeah. If you don't like it at this point, it's been 12 years. Door's right there.
It's a big universe. They should explore it. They don't have to stick within a span of 100 years and do everything within those characters. Yeah. They can explore, and that seems to be what they want to do, and that's a good thing. That's the whole thing. That's why I have no issues with Star Wars. It's like they're doing what they want to do. They want to go in different directions. They want to go backwards. They want to go forwards. Cool. I'm down for all of it. It's Star Wars. Let's go. You know, that's how I've always been, and it's just for me. It's like I used to get really tired of the whole like negative on the Star Wars stuff because it was like, dude, it's counterproductive.
Nope, the Adam and Steve version will not work. Don't even give me that shit.
Don't worry, it's coming. Well, the first Force user is going to be female anyway. We all know that.
Yeah,
I just want to see.
She's going to give birth to a friggin' non-binary character, guaranteed.
Oh, stop. What are you saying, Brian?
Well, it was kind of what I was talking to. Like I was trying to talk about it with Dom earlier before the show started. It was like Star Wars is kind of getting to that point now where there's a little bit of something for everyone.
Yep.
Okay, there's a political intrigue. Okay, and the cool thing is that they have managed to shove it in that 100-year span.
Yeah, you know, they did.
We can get other things and it still be a Star Wars. So like when people were bitching about Andor not being Star Wars, you didn't have lightsabers. It's like bullshit. It's Star Wars because it's set in the damn universe, and it was a political thriller set in that universe. That's all I'm asking for. Give me
and
a mob movie.
It was exceptionally well done.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, I guess we got our mob movie in the Jango or the Boba Fett stuff, but I kind of agree. Boba Fett. But see, for me, my impression of Boba Fett was he was the guy that got knocked off the back of the skiff and fell into the Sarlacc pit, dude. Boba Fett went out like a punk in Return of the Jedi. So I wasn't too excited. I wasn't over the moon about seeing him come back in Mandalorian. I didn't care.
Listen, that was awesome. He came back in Mandalorian.
I saw him when he came back. I was like, damn, bro, what are those knee rockets for? You know, he can shoot rockets out of his knees. That's badass. But like, overall, my experience of Boba Fett, the character on the screen of Star Wars, was the cool badass bounty hunter that didn't take no prisoners or took prisoners, you know, and froze Han Solo in Empire Strikes Back. Okay, and then what do we see in Return of the Jedi?
I like this.
This is when you know Brian is a full-blown.
He gets knocked off the back of the skiff by a blind man. Okay,
this is
going out like a chump, and we didn't see anything from him for 30 years, 40 years almost.
This is where Brian is becoming full Star Wars nerd mode.
But I think you're right. At this point, there is Star Wars for everyone.
There's a little bit of something for everyone.
There really is. You can, even if you don't like what's going on with Star Wars right now, you still have your prequels. You have your original trilogy. You can go back and watch. Those can never be taken away from you. You can always have your childhood if you go back and watch that. You're not going to recreate your childhood in your 50s and 60s and 40s or whatever. It's not going to happen. You're not going to get that same rush again watching Star Wars. That's just my opinion. Yeah, you know.
I don't know, man.
You know, and freaky Star Wars fans, Star Trek fans have had it hard over the last 30 years. So there.
Well, you had Kurtzman shit the bed.
That's why I don't want fucking Star Wars turning into Star Trek. Thank you.
I don't want Star Trek turning into Star Wars. Thank you.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
And it already did it, damn it. So
it already did. Discovery is pretty much Star Wars. It's Star Trek universe.
Thank you,
That's why it sucks.
It works. It works.
No.
For people who are dumb, I mean, never mind.
All right, next up.
For bread tubers.
James Mangold's next project after Dawn of the Jedi is Swamp Thing. Could be next.
Wish he would reverse those, because I would rather see him do Swamp Thing now.
Yeah,
I know Swamp Thing should come first. I would rather see Swamp Thing right now than Tales of the Jedi. Dawn of the Jedi or whatever.
I want the DC Dark Universe. I need the DC Dark Universe. Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
if we get Swamp Thing, possibly get a Zatanna appearance.
Or Dead Man, or Queen, or Madame Xanadu. Or well, we had Madame Xanadu in the TV series Swamp Thing.
It's funny. I've never watched the TV series.
Get out.
It was. Well, they cut it short because it was supposed to be, I think, 10 or 12 episodes, and then they axed the series part of the way through, so they only ran like 8 episodes and closed it out short. So the pacing on it's kind of weird, but it was for TV. Swamp Thing. Yeah. It was good enough.
Swamp Jedi.
you had Ian Ziering as Blue Devil. That was fun.
What? Now I have to watch it. I would definitely have to watch it.
It's like, that was my favorite character on 90210, man. You don't understand.
Actually, no, he wasn't. My favorite character was Kelly.
No, my favorite character was what's his name? That did Catwalk, the dude that threw what's the name down the stairs? What's the name? Tori Spelling. That's what down the stairs. What's the character they had?
She couldn't act to save her life. Lucky her father was the producer.
I'll always stick with my Shannon Doherty.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just like crazy.
Yeah. Well, I also like Charmed. At least the first few seasons.
I love
you know what?
Charmed.
See what happens. How long is it going to take? This movie probably won't even come out to 2030, 2035. We'll see what happens. There's always another delay, another pandemic, another writer's strike, another SIFs, another that. So
pandemic.
We start projecting movies into our brains by then. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
A theater, it'd be like roads where we're going. We don't need roads.
Roads. Nobody needs roads. We just
badges.
Next up.
Us to die and make goddamn remake of fucking Back to the Future.
Our favorite Jedi and Jedi Master. Daisy really says she's ready to return as Rey in Star Wars.
Cool.
I feel more like I'm owning it. I'm an adult now. Things have changed, and professionally, I've had lots of other experiences. I feel like it's a different thing this time.
We'll see.
I'm fine with them bringing back Rey, and I'm fine with them hopefully doing better with the character this time.
Like, I had no problem with her.
Now we'll see if she enjoys it. If she enjoys the experience this time around.
I hope we get a little bit of an explanation of parentage through the Bad Batch, because I think that's where they're leaning.
What do you mean?
Well, have you guys been watching the latest season of Bad Batch?
No.
Okay, but I'm not going to spoil it for you. Go watch it yourself.
I'm not going to watch it, but you can spoil it for everybody else.
Rey Skywalker, the greatest Jedi. You must be taking the greatest drugs.
You guys know who Omega is on the show?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so Omega basically, within her blood, she has the ability to graft metachlorians onto her.
Yeah, space aids.
Oh, stop.
So, like,
disavow.
She could actually have an M count. Yeah. And if you line up ages and blah, 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 and think about Operation Necromancer and all that stuff, it kind of lines up. You know?
Yeah, it's not going to line up. It's another speculation bullshit.
Well, no, the dad was clearly a clone. It's a clone.
The dad was a clone. Yeah,
didn't work.
But the dad was the clone, but the woman was a real. She wasn't a clone. She was real life.
But that's what I'm thinking. It's like
Omega is a clone. So Omega, whatever she's going to do, she's a clone. So,
look at that.
There's too much Star Wars near here right now.
Well, I've been covering WrestleMania all week. I had to catch up on the news.
We're an hour and a half in. We haven't even talked about wrestling, and your title's Cody Rhodes wins.
And we still have the movie things. Switched it.
I'm happy about that.
To be fair, I mean, aside from the main event, it was kind of mid. But that was just me.
Yeah, I actually hope before this movie comes out, there's another friggin' pandemic, so it never makes it out. There you go.
You're gonna love this movie. You're gonna take this movie and love it. Next up,
it'll be the only movie you're allowed to watch. It's like
there's another quick topic. Pedro Pascal has confirmed to be returned as Din Djarin.
I thought he was done.
And Mandalorian Grogu film. Blah blah blah. We knew this.
Yeah, move on.
Grogu and comedy relief.
Next.
Hey, he's selling toys and merch.
He's using the props by the end of that series.
Unless they change the thing. Rey Skywalker is not the daughter of two clones. She's not.
Could happen.
So, no, because the Gressy's saying, how do you know? The father was a clone.
How is she? But how then is it related to Palpatine? You tell me.
Palpatine, he had sex with everybody because he's the Grandmaster. He could be he's a granddaughter. Well, the whole fact is, like I said, who knows?
Franchises all over the universe.
You know what? I really don't care because whatever created Rey, the biggest disappointment ever. I don't care. I don't care.
I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to Rey's redemption arc in the movies.
Yep. Me too.
Yep.
I'm looking for her to get her head cut off by a Sith. That's it.
Oh, stop. She's going to be in at least. She's the future of Star Wars. She's going to be in the next 3 to 4 movies.
Listen, she should have became a Sith and end the story, and they had to kill her. That was it. Dark Rey. That was the best path for her. That was it. That whole thing with
it wasn't the best path because she's not a Jedi Master.
Yes.
She's the most powerful Jedi ever.
The Grassy, Rey is not a clone. If Rey was a clone,
kind of easy when you're
unless Disney wants to put that clone shit all the way up until that time.
I agree. All right, moving on from Pedro because nobody cares about Pedro as the Mandalorian anymore.
I do care, but 2026, they moved it forward now. It's coming out in May 22nd of 2026. It's not closer to 2027. It's closer to 2020, the end of 2025 now, which I like. So we'll see what happens with this.
I'm not a big fan of that.
If Boba Fett is not in this shit, I'm giving up this whole goddamn franchise because they didn't put him in 3. We got fucking Lizzo and we got.
Why do you need Mando in this?
What I want Boba.
Why do you need
Because where's Boba Fett gonna be? What show can you put him in?
He's
a Mandalorian.
He's chilling at this house on Tatooine, bro.
He's in the back to tank.
In 2 years,
hanging
at the Book of Boba Fett.
He's out there partying with the sand
people. But if you didn't like the character and the way they handling him, why would you want to see him again so you get more mad?
No, he's riding Vespas and sleeping in the back tank.
I want to see them freaking redeem him because I know I'm not the only person that's pissed about what they did with the fucking character.
They're not going to redeem him. He's not going to be in this movie, and his story is done.
He was dances with Tuscans, dude. Dances with Tuscan Raiders.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that because he learned the Tuscan warrior ways. He became one of himself, knowing about the Tuscan Raiders that were savages.
I want to see him riding around on a bantha, bro. Just out there, oh no, his Rancor. Oh hell yeah, bro. Oh man. Yeah. No.
All right. Next up, Vince McMahon to sell 311 in TKO stock to the company and Endeavor.
All right.
Ooh, he's divesting stocks.
Well, he's got to make some money.
He has to give him up.
He's old as fuck. He's gonna take the money
and the legal bill, civil lawsuits will be coming in sooner or later.
He's getting sued at the Wazoo.
Needs to free up cash.
What the hell is wrong with you, Tabby Floyd? Boba Fett and tip my Vespa.
Right.
I heard you like spoilers.
See me rolling,
riding dirty.
On Tatooine, of all places.
On Tatooine.
You see now, the whole fact is that is my childhood, and they fucking got it wrong. Plain and simple. And that pisses me off. I could do a better film. I could do a better film than Disney ever put out there. I could. Right. And the fact is that.
What are you talking about? You'll be firing everybody on the set the first day.
Of course, because I'm not going to have none of the bullshit that they fucking goddamn wanted to freaking say. I'm going to do it my way. My way.
Like Frank Sinatra said, he's going to do it his way.
Exactly.
I could do it my way.
Yeah, they really. I think they're just going to erase him from WWE's history at this point. He's done.
He's gonna get Canadian crippled. Yeah.
Yep.
He's gonna get Benoit.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, that's what he said.
He's gonna get F'd, as in the WWF, as the F disappeared.
Yeah, get F out. Oh man. Sorry, Vince.
In the immortal words of Kyle, who's Vince? Where's Vince? Who's McMahon?
Well, Linda McMahon was in the friggin' sitting down in the seats in WrestleMania. They got a picture of her in the background.
Well, of course she'll be there.
Jawas.
Right?
We need to get something so when people say funny comments. That's our goal this week, Joe. We got to work on clips.
Vince needs that money for the first stash transplant.
With his I painted on mustache. That was horrible.
Oh man! Every time when I used to see that picture, it was from either Senior Nerd.
Senior McMahon.
Senior McMahon.
Yes, they do. Jawas do have teeth. They eat. They do.
He's horrible. He's out here soliciting.
You see, I wouldn't be having this conversation if they did the fucking thing right. I'd be praising them, saying, they did a great job.
I think if you won't be having this conversation if you stayed off YouTube.
No, say off YouTube. I watched it. I'm doing my own fucking opinions. It's not the
YouTube.
Whoa.
Monetized here.
It's me.
Yeah, I know it's you.
1977, around the first shit. I
How
know
old were
what
you?
Star
How old
Wars
were
is.
you?
I know 54.
How old were you in 1977?
I know what Star Wars. I was 7 years old. I know what Star Wars is, man. So I know what I want, and I know what they should be putting out. Plain and simple, man. All the people that don't even fucking understand Star Wars weren't there from the beginning.
Language.
They shouldn't talk.
I mean, I understand. You want the bone thrown to you in terms of, if they're going to pander to everybody else in this audience, that audience, you want them to pander to you as well in terms of something that's going to make you happy.
Well, they pandered to you guys pandered to people for 30 years, and you got all the content you wanted. The original trilogy, the sequel, the prequel trilogies. You got the Clone Wars. You got Rebels. Everything.
And continue
prequel trilogy was pandering to
the hell with the other generation.
Original trilogy.
They will learn to like that bullshit down the road.
Oh my god. Okay, never mind.
I hate that. And listen, and look, you know what? I understand why people are toxic Star Wars fans, because the content and bullshit they're putting out. Because there's a lot of bullshit they put out.
Well, Star Wars fans have been toxic since the prequel trilogies. It's nothing new. It really is not new.
The fact that they're putting out stuff.
I've been toxic since.
Nobody wants some of this shit.
They hated the Ewoks. They really hated the Ewoks.
Oh no, I'm talking about young Anakin. Yippee!
The bears.
Oh look, Senor
took down the Empire. Yeah, I don't know, man. I was born in 1983, so I guess I can't speak on it. Yeah, whatever.
Star Wars fans have been toxic since 1980.
There was no internet, no platform. So
yeah, they wrote letters. They wrote harsh letters to the studios.
Listen,
very strongly worded letters.
I'm just asking, give more to stuff that we made. We made it what it was, and less stuff, the bullshit now. Then later on, when we're all dead, when all the original people are dead, then you could do it.
No. Here's one of the things. This is one of my issues with this. Okay, it's like I've heard it. I hear you loud and clear, man. Yes, they should, dance with the person who brought them to the dance. Okay, but what do you want?
I want.
No. What do you want? Like, seriously, give me a specific example of what you want Star Wars to do to cater to your whim.
I want a series.
That's what we'll never get, and that's what bugs me.
I want a series based off the original characters, animation style, because you're not going to get them anymore. Animation style.
They're half dead.
No, well, listen. If you do an animation style, it takes place between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Right after Return of the Jedi, you make a figured story. Takes place because Mando takes place 5 years after Return of the Jedi. In that time period, the original friggin' people who made Star Wars, who were Star Wars.
They did.
No,
they did it in book form and they did it in comic book form.
Yeah, they did comic. I want an animated series like Clone Wars, because Clone Wars is fucking great.
You want a lot.
We have a lot.
Animation is cheaper than movies.
Which is the continuation of the Clone Wars.
Animation is cheaper than movies. I want that, and I want my shit done right.
Language.
All right, man. I want my crap done right.
I would have liked to have seen some Rogues and Villains, a nice Rogues and Villains type series, but it is what it is.
The Scum and Villainy. They're going to
give us, and that is what it is.
The badass bounty hunters, the pirates.
But you see what I'm saying, Lou?
If my aunt had nuts, she'd be my uncle.
But there are so many different opinions of what original Star Wars fans want to see.
Yeah.
That there's no consensus.
No.
So they're just kind of throwing whatever they can out there to try to impress as many people as they can. And unfortunately, it just hasn't landed yet. For you in particular. For me, dude, I love The Force Awakens. Okay? That got me back into Star Wars. First time in years. I was done with it after the prequels, man. Done. I didn't even watch the Clone Wars. Okay?
I didn't watch the Clone Wars.
I absolutely love The Last Jedi. Don't understand why everybody hated it until I got on YouTube. And still don't understand why everybody hates it.
I loved it. 90% of the time, it's freaking Disney.
Because I read the books. I went out of my way to get everything. Okay,
don't ask me, Jedi.
Impact.
Wait, moving on. Enough Star Wars talk for tonight, please.
Yeah.
Here we go. WrestleMania was this week. People called it the greatest show on the greatest WrestleMania ever. Some called it mid. Some people say it was the worst.
Very debatable. But
we had Cody winning the championship. We had Black Adam versus Peacemaker. We had Mommy being Mommy. We had an upset with Money in the Bank being cashed in.
That was awesome.
We had the Undertaker being rolled in a wheelchair to choke slam The Rock.
Hey, speaking about the Money in the Bank, McIntyre got screwed again tonight.
Yep, he got screwed again tonight.
I see him again.
He punked. Punked him,
yep. Don't tell me. I want to watch it. Come on.
He got screwed again by the script that was given to him as to what was supposed to happen that night in the show.
I'll tell you why. Okay, aside, I'm liking wrestling much more than the fucking Star Wars stuff. I tell you that.
Well, it's about the same amount of the same writing that it's always been.
It's better in
the 80s. The writings haven't changed on either side of the fandoms.
All
right. Talking about that for a second. I'll be right back.
The main event was ruined by all the run-ins. And I get it. It's WrestleMania, so you gotta bring everybody out and Avengers assemble. But like
Avengers.
No, I'm telling you right now. Every single person that came out was better than the two people in the ring.
Yeah, I wish.
And the fact that they came down showed it.
Brock Lesnar should have came out and helped Cody. That'd have been perfect because he was the last one to face Cody.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, man, it would have just upstaged it even more. I'm telling you right now, the second John Cena showed up, upstaged. The second Rock showed up, upstaged. The second Undertaker showed up, upstaged. It was like, dude, that was the worst part about it. It was like, dude, if they had just had a match, then okay, cool. But then again, I understand, but to me, that's kind of how I felt about the main event.
I'm sorry, Degrassi. I love Shadows of the Empire. I wish that would have freaking became canon. I wish that would have became canon.
Back to Star Wars.
I'm sorry. No, Degrassi putting something in Shadows of the Empire.
But I gotta ask you this, Tom, right? I gotta ask you this, Tom. Because we didn't get the chance to speak about WrestleMania and whatnot. Favorite match for you? Overall.
For me? Or favorite match?
Yeah.
I
overall.
think I actually think my favorite match was I like the Seth and McIntyre match. I like how it turned out. But the match if I was to pick the best match in my eyes would be what the hell it would definitely be the Becky Lynch and Mommy match. I think that was pretty good, and because I picked Rhea Ripley to win, that's why I'm happy about it. But I think that was one of the best matches.
For me, it was Intercontinental Championship with Gunther. Gunther losing the title.
That was a good night. Yes, that was good.
That was a great match.
What about the worst match?
Oh, that the worst match has to be they're all pretty good. I think the ladder match, I would say.
You thought it was the worst match? I actually thought that Jimmy versus Jay was the worst match.
You did?
I didn't like that match.
But the ladder was cold, so
I didn't like the ladder match at all. It was
Now, well, the friggin' new Catch Republic, jumping off the top of the ladders, man. That's some crazy shit.
What were you calling the new Czech Republic?
I called the new Czech Republic, the new Catch Republic. Yeah, that's what I called.
Everybody drop off. Everybody drop off and force show to talk about wrestling.
My enjoyment of wrestling died with the fabulous Moolah.
Well, for me, the best part of WrestleMania was Rhea Ripley and Becky. That was the best. That was, I could say, that had the most
Sammy and Gunther?
excitement for me. I didn't expect Sammy to win.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was 10 to 15 other people that should have beat Gunther, but not freaking Sami Zayn out of all people. I don't know. I guess it is a mid-tier title.
We just want good writing.
Yes.
And good stories.
Yes.
The
Christopher, let me tell you one thing. Where's my goddamn wrench?
What? Don't you have a wrench?
No.
Well, if you come here more often, you get a wrench.
Did you ask who's Wendy Richter?
Do I have a wrench on your show?
Yes.
Wendy Richter got screwed over by the Fabulous Moolah in WrestleMania, 2 or something like that? 3? Something like that. Happened at the Madison Square Garden. There's a Vice documentary about it.
How did DeGrassi get a wrench?
Not me.
I don't know. One thing I will say, what was embarrassing about this WrestleMania was the whole Prime placement push, blah 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 blah.
Oh, and the gin and juice. Oh. It was it was a 3-hour long commercial.
Yeah, it was
with wrestling involved.
Yes.
Yes, I know.
Apparently, according to Lola Brooklyn, says Brian knows nothing about wrestling.
Do I now?
Did we really need a Prime rehydration station at the corner of the ring? Really?
Well, yeah, product placement.
Just like the ring post had to have dude wipes and
dude wipes.
Dude wipes and gin and juice.
I think that was the
come out how many times?
Yeah.
So there are Marlboro placements in Superman.
Yeah, I mean, there was more product placement at WrestleMania than in a movie.
I prefer my wrestling in oil or Jello.
I think the funniest part of the watch party we had with Max was explaining to him what dude wipes were.
Dude wipes and baby wipes.
Baby wipes.
It's
basically all
baby wipes are cheaper. So
Pampers,
baby wipes are cheaper.
I buy baby wipes all the time because gotta be fresh and clean, man. Come on.
With a label.
Whoa! That's I'm not even gonna say that.
It's like car parts. You're paying for a label, bro.
Listen, if you don't have a bidet, you need some freaking goddamn wipes.
The older you get, everything just gets damp in places.
Yeah. It's hard.
Bidet is the way to go.
I have a bidet.
You have a bidet? That's good. Bidet. This is a good discussion. No, bidet is good. This is a good talk about
powder
bidets.
is important.
He gets really excited when we talk about bidets. Gotta calm down.
Hey, listen, I'll take the bidet over Star Wars any day too.
Oh jeez.
Well, yeah, you're cleaning your butthole.
Hey, fresh and clean with no caffeine. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
So what I'm hearing in my wrestling chat over here was the Raw was ass. I watched the first hour probably, and that Cody and Rock interaction, just like
it was kind of weird.
What? Huh? What's going on?
What did Rock give Cody? Don't break my heart. What? Meaning that don't break his heart that they're gonna meet up again. They're SummerSlam. They're meeting for SummerSlam.
Yeah, something's gonna happen between now and SummerSlam.
Listen, we're gonna find out. Look, first of all, the draft is coming up, so they're gonna. Cody's going to freaking SmackDown.
Oh God, it's so good.
Yeah,
then your fingers break right through the toilet paper.
Exactly.
That's gross.
Yeah, you don't want to touch the wrinkled starfish.
How was this what they advertised this to be, the greatest WrestleMania ever? Do you feel it was the greatest WrestleMania ever?
Nope.
No.
I actually think the
30 was better.
When The Rock was fighting Stone Cold at WrestleMania. I think those were the best ones.
Yeah.
I think when we had the Attitude Era WrestleManias, I love those. That was the best.
For me, it was special when we had WrestleMania 20, WrestleMania 21. Those were special. And I would even say up to WrestleMania 20 up to WrestleMania 28, it was special. Every other WrestleMania hasn't been that great because
it's just like Star Wars. When you were in your peak, of really loving and really, really into wrestling, especially in your youth.
Yeah.
And you saw those WrestleManias and stuff like that, it has more of an impact. So it's just, it's hard to top that.
100%. I always say that about Star Wars.
SummerSlam.
No. How old were you when you first saw Star Wars? Okay, well, it explains why Star Wars is for kids. Done. You were into it when you were a kid.
I was 12 years old with the first WrestleMania.
Yeah, what year was the first WrestleMania? 80 or what?
84.
84. It was 82?
80.
82.
That was 84.
84? I was 14.
It was 40, so yeah.
84. I was 9. Woo!
Nostalgia effect is tough to overcome.
I wasn't even born then.
Tuning in to see Hulk Hogan do his Hulk Hogan thing, and that was like the height of WrestleMania for me. Him and Randy Savage, that was just like, as a kid, you were like, wow.
Yeah. What about when you had Mr. T with Hulk Hogan and freaking
oh god,
you had Roddy Piper, Roddy Piper, and that was those were timeless. Those are timeless.
And who would have thought that all those wrestlers were hopped up on coke before the matches?
Coke and 8 million other things.
Yeah. This is saying some of those behind
the scandal with Vince McMahon is crazy now. Wait till you go back to those times, the scandals back then.
They did a whole album. He did a song called Stand Back.
Stand back. Stand back.
Oh yeah. Macho Man Randy Savage.
So looking forward,
Slim Jim.
In the near future, I put together 2 slides. Somebody might disagree, but I predict this will be it could either this right here, this could be a thing because of him spearing The Rock. This could be a year throwing out rivalry.
That would be fantastic. I'd love Christian Bale's Vince in a biopic.
Or a little sooner, SummerSlam, Cody versus The Rock.
That's what I said. I was saying
I grabbed it. I didn't make this. I grabbed this from Twitter.
I said SummerSlam because BK says, "Oh, he's off until Mania." Nope. SummerSlam. That's when Rock's coming back in 4 months. Rock will be back. You heard The Rock. The Rock has said he's in this long term again. He's not leaving. He's doing his projects. He's going to be back when he can. He's going to be making more appearances on doing this. He's in some of the best shape that any of the damn guys are.
There is one news that I did get out today though.
What was that?
Is that John Cena is actually going to be doing his Peacemaker thing, and then he'll be doing one last run in the WWE.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, because he starts filming Peacemaker
soon.
At the end of the year, and it's gonna film. No, soon. He's gonna film to the end of the year. Mm-hmm. Then after that, he's going to do one last story, I believe, just like on Claudia said.
One last.
I think you're right, Degrassi. Bradley Cooper makes sense. He always goes for Oscar bait.
Yeah, The Rock did set it up tonight.
Yep.
Because he's gonna come back in a few weeks and said, "Cody, you broke my heart, and now we have to fight."
Well, we're gonna see what the draft. The draft is probably. I think the draft is gonna be either this Friday night or next week.
I think the draft is in 2 weeks. I think the 25th.
20th. Yeah,
25th, 26th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cody's definitely going. I think Cody is definitely going to SmackDown. I actually think Judgment Day is going to SmackDown too. And Rhea Ripley's going to SmackDown, and the Bailey's coming to Raw.
Well, like I don't know if it was you, Dom, or it was Matt that said after this the bloodline is going to split between Roman and The Rock.
No, I think after The Rock fights Roman in WrestleMania 41, because it's setting up for that. That's it. Because they said that Triple H just said, wait till you see the story that's in store, that's coming up. This chapter ended. Wait till you see the story that's going to be going through. So
Bill Cosby as Vince. He needs a job and well, kind of. Yeah, you know. Just saying.
Since I know nothing about wrestling, does The Rock have any stake in the company
Yes.
that now owns the
He's,
WWE?
Yes,
he's on the board.
He's on the board. He's on the board of TKO.
Yeah.
And about a month ago, he was giving the rights to the name Rock and all of his sayings,
everything
that
he
he
said,
used.
the
Yes.
Nation of Domination, all that stuff.
That's huge. I don't think any other wrestlers ever gotten that.
He's got all the catchphrases. Everything he did, he owns them all.
You know, it's just like there's a con coming up in Canada, so and the Bella twins are going to be there, but they can't build themselves as the Bella twins.
The Garcia twins now.
Yeah,
because they lost the rights to Bella.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yup. It's like the Ultimate Warrior having to change his name to Warrior.
Yeah.
Because of the rights with Ultimate. Yeah.
Well, you know what? Look, you know what? Now that WrestleMania is over, you're gonna get the new rivalries that are coming in. You're gonna have some slow stuff. You know, the stories will probably be subpar than what they were. You know, until Roman Reigns is taking a long time off. Seth is taking a long time off. Seth's going to be back for SummerSlam. That's what he's going to be coming back from.
Are you wait? Are you kidding me? All Elite Wrestling are now doing Samoa Joe versus Dustin Rhodes on Wednesday.
Yeah, because they try it.
Where?
Yeah. It says
AEW.
AEW, yeah. Dustin Rhodes tweeted out.
Oh, they're having a bloodline match too? Oh no! Wow.
I gotta see that now.
I'm actually retweeted it. I've just retweeted it.
Yep. The Rock is loving being a heel, man. He loves it.
So
yeah, the Rock is the best heel besides Stone Cold that the WWE has ever had.
Oh.
Doesn't that set a precedence for the other wrestlers? Does Hogan own the rights to Hulkamaniacs? I don't think so.
Maybe. Who knows?
I don't know. Does he when he appear? Does he appear as Terry Hogan, or does he appear as Hulk Hogan?
Hulk Hogan.
Remember when he did the
Terry,
whole thing? He was Hollywood Hogan because he couldn't be Hulk Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, he was Hulk Hogan before he was Hollywood Hogan in WCW.
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 Yeah.
Carried Hulk over.
Yeah.
The WWF had to pay Marvel for the use of the Hulk.
Hulk Hogan.
Ooh, Jericho was a much better heel than Austin.
He's not wrong.
Well, I think the best part of it today.
You made the list.
You just made the list.
That was always funny. I like that. You freaking called AJ Styles got the soccer mom haircut. The soccer mom
does have a soccer mom haircut.
And then on the backstage interview, one of them is Austin, the other one is the other one is Mike, the other one is Tom, Mike, Tom, Mike, Tom, Mike.
And if this does happen at SummerSlam,
yeah,
it'd be huge.
Do we see this happening?
You know,
no.
If he does,
he's going to be the new Triple H. Watch.
Now, is he just on the board of the company, or is he actually a minority?
No, he's on the board. He's on the board.
But is he a minority? You could be on a board and not be a minority.
He's on the money. I think he has shares.
He got shares, and he can do a lot of the
yeah, he did get shares in that whole deal.
Oh my gosh. 160.
You know what? If The Rock does win it, that would set up the Roman Reigns type of thing, but I don't think they're going to do it. I think Cody's going to hold on to that belt for a long time.
Kurt Angle was the best heel.
Yeah, Kurt Angle was funny as a heel.
He was. It was a trademark battle, really?
Yeah.
I thought there was some back and forth. I mean, because the WWF/WWE always protected their trademarks pretty rigorously for the names.
Like Edge.
Because when those guys would go try to do movies that weren't WWE produced movies, they would be able to use their wrestling name.
And look, you know what? At the end of the day, excuse me, big in you get Bradshaw Layfield come back. I like him. I actually met him in person. I got a picture with him. I asked about stock options because he made a lot of money off stocks.
But let's see where this all leads to in the next couple of weeks.
You want to hear? You want to hear a funny story? I'll give you a good funny wrestling story. Many years ago.
What you got?
All right, so I work for the hotel I work at. And SummerSlam was in town, and it was back in the day. I was actually working the bar in the hotel before I actually.
About to say you were working a corner.
No. So Stone Cold Steve Austin, I was talking to him, and we were talking back and forth, and he goes, "Let me ask you a question." He goes, "You know where I can get condoms?" And he said, because we used to have a store in the hotel. And
wait, wrestlers use condoms?
Yeah, he wanted condoms. Anyway, so I said, "Don't worry, I'll get it." So I went downstairs. There was like a little store next to the hotel. So I bought him condoms, right? He goes, "How much do I owe you?" I said, "You're Stone Cold Steve Austin. You owe me nothing, man." And we started talking. He talked about UFC. Great dude. The crazy thing about the whole story was
then you two made passionate love.
Yeah.
My sister wasn't Stone Cold Steve Austin. It was a guy who looked just like him.
No, my sister loves Stone Cold.
Named Kevin.
And she got upset. She got upset because I didn't take a picture. And I don't care about pictures. But I do have a picture with what's her name? Come to me. I have it on my phone right now.
That would have been a great picture if you got a picture of you holding the rubbers arm around.
Wait,
my wife.
So they weren't Magnum condoms?
I can't remember what they were. I just bought them. Off the
Steve Austin has a micro penis. It's confirmed by Dom.
No, my wife.
They've always been one.
And the Undertaker stayed at the hotel with his wife McCool, and my wife took care of their room and gave him the room keys and that. She said he was really nice. Yeah. So dealt with a lot of wrestlers and a lot of fun times.
Mark
Degrassi, per the SEC filing for Johnson's appointment to the TKO board, Johnson received $30 million in TKO stock that vests in installments through the end of 2025 for a promotional services contract.
There you go.
Nice.
So I was going to say, there was no reason for him to come back into wrestling unless he was getting a fierce grip of something.
Dom saved Steve from future paternity lawsuit that night.
Yes. Stone Cold, wherever you are, man.
All right. Time for timeless movies. We decided to go with sci-fi movies that we enjoy.
All right.
First up, we got Solaris, released in 2002, directed by Steven Soderbergh, starring James Cameron and John Landau. Wait, what? I'm sorry. Did I mess this up?
No, James Cameron and John Landau.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Starring George Clooney and Natasha McElhone. Sorry about that.
Yeah, this one's mine. It's a great movie. The movie had been made before, but this is closer to Stanislav Lem's original book. Fantastic, good, pure science fiction story that blurs the lines between what is life and what is death, and fantastic movie that keeps you guessing the whole time and has lots of good little twists and turns throughout. I highly recommend it. If you're a fan of just watching a good sci-fi movie that's not all pew pew pews, it's a fantastic movie.
Leave my sci-fi pew pew alone. I've never seen Solaris.
Oh, it's really good. It's really, really good.
Maybe I'll watch that. Have you guys seen Solaris? Anybody on the panel?
You know what? I think I did a while ago. Can't remember. Lucky I remember what I ate for breakfast yesterday.
It's actually streaming on Max right now. If anyone wants to, well, not the old one.
Like I said, it's a movie that will keep you guessing through the whole movie, and like I said, the concept is very interesting. I won't spoil anything. It's worthwhile for if you're a sci-fi fan. It's a very good, pure, old school sci-fi movie where it makes you think.
It's actually not streaming anywhere. You can rent it on Apple TV. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Look at amateur. Here's the booking. Cody defends against Orton, which brings us to Survivor.
Series.
By
that time, friggin' Roman Reigns will be back. Roman Reigns is taking a long time off, so he'll be back towards the end of the year. That's what I'm looking at. He'll probably be back for Survivor Series, maybe. You know,
I saw Solaris in a luxury mall multiplex in Cabo.
Nice.
And Jedi, full of camera lighting flares. We love camera flares here. Next up, The Black Hole, released in 1979, directed by Gary Nelson, starring Dean Maximilian Schell, Robert Forster, Joseph Bottoms, Yvette Mimieux, Anthony Perkins, and Ernest Borgnine. And this is Stick's movie. He chose this movie. He's not here, and Dom wanted this movie. And I apologize to you, Dom.
That's all right. Go
ahead. You can talk about this one too.
That's all right. You can talk.
You can talk about it. I've never seen this.
Never saw it?
No, I've never seen The Black Hole.
The Black Hole is actually a, came out in 1979 when all the sci-fi, the 70s sci-fi flair was 70s were coming to an end, and it was kind of like a Disney movie because,
was this a Disney movie?
It is a Disney movie.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. I say kind of. It is a Disney movie, but yeah, Maximilian. I forgot the robot's name. But it's. I love these old time movies. I really do love the old sci-fi stuff because, it seemed new. Like all the movies that come out today, nothing's never new. Everything's done before, and yeah, mind you, Star Wars was here. Then you get the Black Hole, 1979. But it's still different.
Yeah.
And
what was it about?
Robert Forster's great too.
What was the story behind this? You remember?
It's Black Hole.
Black Hole. They went to a black hole. They went to a black hole, and it was dark and scary.
Good enough for me.
The special effects are amazing in this for that time.
This is probably on Disney Plus.
It probably is. I would check it out. It's it does have it has a lot of good storytelling and good concept to the story, man. If I can remember, I would tell you. I did see this when I was younger, and I only seen it maybe twice in my lifetime. I think I saw this when it first came out, and maybe down the road, like sometime in the mid late 80s, I saw it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on Disney Plus.
It's on Disney.
Maybe I'll put it on to go to sleep tonight.
Yeah, check it
out. Please hit that like button if you're watching for the first time and you haven't subscribed to the channel. Please do. And if you're watching on the replay, please leave a comment. Next up, Star Trek: The Undiscovered Country, released in 1991. Is that right?
Yeah.
Or did I mess that up too?
No, you're not wrong.
All right, 1991, directed by Nicholas Meyer, starring William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, DeForest Kelley, James Doohan, George Takei, Walter Koenig, and the great late Nichelle Nichols. This is Brian's movie.
Arguably my, depending on what day of the week it is, favorite original series Star Trek movie.
That's fair.
Nicholas Meyer came back to direct another one, and this was it. This is such a great movie, just because of all the allegory that they used in it. I mean, the Klingons were basically the picture of the Soviet Union in the early 90s, Cold War being over and all those fears and everything that was going on. They were finding themselves in a quote unquote undiscovered country. David Warner was great in that little bit that he was in as Chancellor Gorkin. Dave. Oh God, why can't I remember his name right now? It's driving me nuts. General Chang.
Christopher Plummer.
Yes, thank you, Christopher Plummer. Just sitting there rattling off Shakespeare on the bridge of the Klingon ship, and Dr. McCoy getting annoyed, saying, "I'd pay real money if you'd shut up." Quite possibly one of the best. I love it. It was great. So good they used the explosion of the Klingon ship again in Generations.
No, not them reusing explosions in Star Trek.
Yes.
I missed the crew of the original Star Trek. I wish they would have got one more movie out before some of them passed away.
And then the last lines of William Shatner in that movie. Second star to the right. It's straight on till morning. Yeah, it was a great ass movie. Okay. Yeah.
I love old Star Trek.
Yep.
Well,
then
my experience was watching the movies first. Like I watched the movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the original. Like this was one of the first experiences for Star Trek for me was the Undiscovered Country.
Yeah, I sort of I grew up watching reruns at 11 o'clock at night on channel 11 in New York at the
WPIX.
time.
WPIX.
That's when I would watch Next Generation reruns and Highlander the series.
Highlander the series.
The funny thing was, every time I turned on watched my brother, because my brother's a huge Star Trek fan, the episode with the Gorn was always on.
The Gorn.
Yeah. They always caught that episode. I like that episode. I like the Gorn.
That and the one where Bones goes back in time and he can't remember who he is.
What about the City on the Edge Forever? The episode?
Yes.
There you go. Yeah. That's what. Yeah.
That was shown a lot too.
Yeah.
That and the one with Clint Howard.
Yeah. He was the butt. He was the He was the baby.
Yep.
The baby.
Yeah. Next up.
Oh God.
Starship Troopers from 1997, starring Casper Van Dien, Dina Meyer, Denise fucking Richards, Jake Busey, Neil Patrick Harris, Patrick Muldoon, and Michael Ironside.
God, I love Michael Ironside.
Yes, I do. I love him too, man. He was great.
One of the best space marine movies ever made.
One of the most misunderstood movies ever made.
One of the best propaganda movies ever made.
Yes. It was a lot of propaganda. This
Paul
movie
Verhoeven.
was great. Denise Richards was still.
She was a smoke show then.
She was good.
Smoke show.
And you have freaking goddamn Gary Busey's son.
Yep. He had the teeth.
He did.
He had the teeth, exactly.
Freaking John Elway. This is one thing. I love Space Marines. I love aliens. I love bugs. And this just gave me everything I wanted.
Yo, I'm going to get you an ant farm for your birthday. You love bugs?
Yeah, that's why you're here. Because you bugged the shit out of me.
Yeah. I'll crop your ass, man. Enjoy it.
That's disgusting, bro. I think some people will be mad that are watching right now who said that.
Have you ever listened to the director's commentary on this movie?
Any movie that Paul Verhoeven does, his director's commentaries are fucking hilarious.
Thank you. I was just like, dude, I loved it. And not only that, but he really talked about the history of how he perceived this when he made it. Like, he grew up in Germany in the 30s and 40s. So he lived it firsthand. So when he does a lot of this propaganda type stuff, this is a lot of, stuff that they did in Germany back then. So I love how they just really, he went for that angle of it. Would you like to know more? So much so that it still works today. Like,
it's one major reason to keep buying physical media, so you can listen to those commentary tracks, because they're fantastic on a lot of these movies. To hear the directors talk about the stuff, it's fantastic.
It's a lost art, man.
Yeah.
Didn't they have a Starship Trooper too? Did they come out like the second one?
Oh, there was like
yeah, but it was
awesome. There's a few of them.
Yeah.
They made a lot of sequels.
I did like the animated stuff they did with Starship Troopers.
I want to say the fourth one they brought back Casper Van Dien, but it also had Jolene Blaylock.
They did 5 movies. Jeez.
Yeah, I want to say like 4 or 5, dude.
Did they actually tie into each other?
Not that I know. No.
I love Michael Ironside in this.
They're kind of all
I
over
love
the
him in
place.
Total Recall.
Total Recall, Michael Ironside.
Yeah, and I like Dina Meyer. It's a shame she didn't get more work after this.
Let's see. What do we got here?
Scanners.
Scanners was great. I love Scanners.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Well, she kind of fell off the map there for a hot minute, though. I mean, she was in Nemesis. Dina Meyer. Star Trek Nemesis.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see how many we had. It was Starship Troopers, Roughnecks, the animated series. There was 2.
Wasn't the animated series for kids?
I think so. They tried to market it.
Yeah, they tried to market it.
Then Starship Troopers 2 was made for TV. It was called Hero of the Federation. Then Starship Troopers 3, Marauder, went straight to video. Starship Troopers Invasion in 2012. And then Starship Troopers Trader of Mars in 2017.
And then they had a comic book series.
Yeah, they have quite a few.
Yeah. Dark Horse, right?
Quite a few video games, a pinball.
The original
the toys are pretty cool. If you find a couple of bugs, if you found the bugs, the toys were pretty cool. Cool figures to have.
This is such a wasted property, actually.
Well, the only problem with this movie is like when it comes to the book and the movie, like they have like name only. I mean, the names are about the only thing, but like mobile infantry, I think if I remember right, they actually had like exosuits.
They had a game last year called Starship Troopers Extermination. That was the last one that came out last year. Co-op. Ooh, I love co-op games.
Yeah, because they did like jumps and stuff. It was kind of weird. It was almost like the military of Avatar. Is what like Starship Troopers was supposed to be like in the book.
This is on SCNO's required reading list for Naval. Really? Huh.
My mom made me read it before the book came out. This came out my freshman year in high school. I just remember the trailer because it had that Blur song.
Which Blur song?
The Blur song?
I was going to say, is there another Blur song?
There are, but that's the Blur song.
The one that was on everything back then.
So
then Life is a good album. But,
maybe I'll just go back and maybe I should watch the Starship Trooper movies to torture myself.
That's a movie I would do a watch party on.
The first one,
I love the
original.
I can't watch the other ones. They're just
the first one was amazing, dude. Like
that's why I said the first one was amazing, but the all the sequels.
It captured a moment in time for me. Like this movie came out my freshman year. Like I said, like I remember a lot of stuff around this time period. 97 was a good year for movies, man. I even enjoyed Batman and Robin.
I'm sorry you did that.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
And next up, Logan's Run.
Yes, so
released in 76. Michael Anderson, starring Michael York, Jenny Agutter, Richard Jordan, Roscoe Lee Brown, Farrah Fawcett, and Peter Ustinov.
Yep. Yeah, so my brother's 5 years older than me, and so he loved all these sci-fi. He was a really big sci-fi. Not only Star Wars, Star Trek, anything with any sci-fi, he was definitely into. And he got me to watch this. And of course, Farrah Fawcett. You got to see Farrah Fawcett in a skimpy outfit. You know what I'm saying? And the back in the he's 6-year-old kid.
Yeah, Farrah Fawcett was
yeah.
it.
So this movie was kind of interesting. The premise was that like these people that they lived like in this doomed city, and the saying goes, they turn 30, they get to relive a new life cycle, but in reality, they become runners to try to get away from the refuge, and it's kind of weird. And the cop that the Michael York character, he's the cop trying to investigate what's going on. He becomes one of the runners, and with the revolution against the law enforcement that is actually trying to run show over there. It's a good flick. I'm surprised this is not freaking remade. I'm surprised. With all the remakes, certain properties don't get remade. This is, and what's funny, this takes place in 2274. So if you go online, there's a chart with all the sci-fi movies with all the years, and they show where as society is in the bracket, and we keep moving up the bracket with a lot of the sci-fi movies, which is actually good. If you go on, check it out, the sci-fi bracket for where we are in reality, which is kind of cool. But
check it out.
This movie, you should check it out. If you haven't seen it, it's kind of a corky with the crazy aliens and crazy sci-fi freaking special effects in this. Hey, what do you want? 1976. If you want to see girls in like little mini skirts and stuff like that, it's for you, man. Especially Farrah Fawcett, like I said. See Farrah Fawcett do her best.
Huh. This is not true. Oh, so it's on Tubi. Of course it is on Tubi. Ryan Johnson is writing and directing 2 Logan's Run movies for WBD. Not a reboot, a new adaptation of the original novel.
You know what? I don't know. My brother knows that. Wow. Okay, interesting.
It's a cool concept. So
okay, I like it. I definitely like it, man.
That's another reason he's not doing a Star Wars trilogy.
He's got a lot of shit going on. And you know what? If he's, look, he gets a lot of hate. I'll be honest with you. Out of the sequel trilogy, I like The Last Jedi better than the whole sequel trilogy. It was different.
We're not going back to Star Wars.
I'm just saying, but the fact is that if he gets a blank canvas without characters that are known and loved, he could probably do wonders, man. And like Logan's Run, nothing to do with Star Wars, he could put it out, and would it be as good as the original? And if it's not a sequel, it's not a reboot. It should be interesting. I'll check it out.
There's before we go, there's the trailer for Joker 2 will drop tomorrow. Are you guys excited about that?
Actually, it's dropping tomorrow too.
Don't care.
I'll check it out. It's a musical.
I'll watch it, but
Joe likes the musicals. Joe's a big musical buff.
Yeah, he loves musicals.
He
sings in the shower, sings in the rain.
Well, musicals.
Musicals.
If you ever watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Donkey Shane.
Yeah.
I recall Central Park and Fall. How you tore your dress with a mess.
I won't call Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Musical.
But I don't know. That's interesting. I know. You know what? It probably do good. Hey, Joaquin Phoenix did a great job with the first one. It was a great concept. This and that. A different take on the Joker, which is pretty cool.
Here we go. It's not too early to start talking about Joker 3.
There you go.
Must be a hit.
I'll watch the trailer. I'll see the movie when it comes out.
Also, the first big trailer gameplay of the new Star Wars video game drops tomorrow.
Oh yeah, the one that you're not going to play.
Well, I'm not going to play because I'm bored. I don't play video games.
What, the open world one?
The story. I'll watch the story, like I watched the story of Jedi Survivor and Jedi Fallen Order. They had the story.
That's like 6 hours each.
Yes, I watched it. I watched the whole story online.
And it's good.
I like the story concept. I watched it.
I guess you don't realize it's that long when you're playing the game.
And you know what? But at the same time, I don't play the games. I just watch the story mode. I like the story. Watch to see what everything's going on.
And they put together good stories.
Yeah, the stories are good for the games. You should watch the Last of Us trailers then.
And you know what? Look, they had
Uncharted.
Logan's Run had a live Logan's Run TV series on CBS in 1977. How come I don't remember that?
I don't know, but thank you everyone for hanging out. 2.5 hours. Holy crap.
And listen, thank you everyone for listening to my rant. Yes. I'm a very passionate person when it comes to it. I love you all.
Passionate or delusional? Same difference.
Thank you. And listen, I have
it's okay to be passionate.
I'm a mental midget. What do you want me to do? I got freaking issues.
So if you haven't subscribed to Renovision yet, please subscribe to Renovision. You can get more of our shenanigans over there at Renovision on YouTube's Taladia Plays on YouTube, and Brian Master of None on YouTube, and MME. It's been fun. It's been great. Please hit that like button for the algorithm. You like the content, recommend it to your friends, tweet it out. We have fun here. And I will see you Thursday night for the next show. Have a good night, everyone.
Thursday.